It's the early spring of 1399. The frost is freshly melted, and the Duchy of Anderland is just thawing from a cold, hard winter, but already trouble brews. Your party has been hired by one Baron Lewin and sent to his ancestral holdings, a normally peaceful lakeside village, to put a stop to a growing threat. For weeks now, animals have been going wild around Luvarne. Horses gone mad, chickens killing each other, and, worst of all, wild wolves have begun attacking anything that moves, even people. 2 villagers are already dead, and so the Baron has dispatched you. There is no time left to waste. It's a cool, damp March morning when you arrive in Luvarne. Though the village lacks a wall, you can see coming in that most of the homes have been boarded up, and impromptu barricades block off many of the side streets. Furtive eyes glance at you from between the slats of shuttered windows. The only people who dare show themselves outside are a pair of dwarves busily nailing boards over the front of the village church. But who is it that these 2 men see walking into their town? Amxal, you're up first. Would you please describe who you is today?
Sure. So, May is a bunny folk, a Taeleer, if you would. Not much can really be seen about her. She's dressed in very much dark clothing and things that obscure her figure and face and all the like. But pointedly, you can definitely see her tall white ears, a hint of like caramel chocolatey skin, and some piercing blue eyes.
All right. And just for the audience at home, what class have you chosen to play?
She is a rogue.
A rogue. Rouget.
Yes, I'm the Rouget.
All right. Stray. What is you?
Hungover.
Well, all right. That is what Stray is. What is the character that Stray is playing?
I am playing the extremely pale tiefling Sina Arona's daughter, and I am playing a paladin.
Cool beans. Skoo. What is you?
Greta. Greta Half-Orc, half Minotaur. Strong Warlord. Not many words talking. Mostly Brock English, Arunan. Speak great giant, though.
Delightful. Snip Snaps. Hello, welcome to the Saturday night slot. What are you playing?
I'm playing Euthelmos. I am a Minotaur Cleric. Well, not many things I can say about the character that are too interesting appearance-wise. He seems to have a very, very battered chainmail suit, which is, kinda hard to fix and expensive, because getting chainmail for a lad of that size is not easy, let me tell you, especially not in these parts. Like my friend here, I'm a little bit better versed in the quote-unquote common tongue. And I accompany my friends on this wonderful, wonderful expedition today to find out what the hell is wrong with the local fauna.
All right. And last but definitely not least, Adjatha. Who are you playing today?
I'm Sister Sitri. I'm a relatively short redhead, a bubbly, perky nun who's come to spread the good word and assist people in need and make sure that they know that the loving embrace of the Dark One awaits all.
Delightful.
Hallelujah.
So, there are indeed a pair of dwarves who are trying to board up the doors to the church. It looks like they've suffered some damage during the attacks on the locals. here. The doors have many claw marks raking down the front, and both men are hurriedly pounding in nails. But as they see this group of all relatively charismatic women and a giant Minotaur lumbering towards them, they put their craft tools down, and one of them, wearing a heavy chain shirt, picks up a shield, but the other, blonde fellow, probably about to Euthelmos' knee, puts a hand and say, "Hold. Is there no wolves who will look? Well, they do have a bull with them, but I don't think they'll be clawing our eyes out."
Indeed, we are a lot more friendly than the local animals, as you might find.
I should hope so. Can't get much worse.
Oh, it can! Every time you say this, in fact, the universe arranges itself to make your life a little bit worse. Or at least that is what my brother used to tell me.
Oh, it's not the universe. That's silly. There are dark powers at play that control things and arrange themselves to make things worse.
Oh, thank you. I had just gotten over my last existential crisis. It is now coming back.
Oh, you're
Thank you
very
very
welcome.
much.
Two dwarves glance at each other, and the one with the chainmail bops the blonde fellow on the back of the head. "See, I told you, stop saying that! Don't fucking hit me! Hit you back harder."
Fellas, it is not time or place to fight. Let me help you with the fortification of the church, so we can all go and discuss what is happening here over a drink in a more hospitable environment, no?
Yeah, the cleric-looking guy puts his hands up. Sorry, we haven't exactly slept in a while. Nerves on edge." He'll
Understandable.
wave you over. We got, looks around, warm ale. Offers up a fairly small, like, pony keg.
Ah, yes. If this man shares his alcohol with me, I will share mine with him.
Greta Resolve think dwarves have big drink.
Oh,
Small
yes.
cask.
This
Where is big drink for small dwarf?
The one in the mail looks at the church and says, "Well, board it up now. Don't know if your horned friend there can make it through the door, but you're welcome to come inside. Best do so before any hungry eyes notice you."
They could try to feast on Greta. The smash.
Ah, yes. Greta is very good at dealing with such problems. It's a thing you might find.
Greta get bitten a lot.
And Claude. And generally, terrible damage.
So the dwarves will wave you towards the church, and as they lead you around towards the back door, they will whisper furtively amongst each other. Would any of you care to make a perception check to try and pick up anything?
Absolutely.
Me? No, I would never eavesdrop. Come on.
No, clearly you would not.
Luckily got them big fucking ears.
It's true. Taeleer ears are perfect for picking up on all sorts of gossip. And indeed, as you perk your ears towards them, you can hear the two of them whispering about dark powers and, "See, I told you someone would come who knows what the hell's going on," and, "No, this is not a divine providence. Please stop that." The fellow in the lighter armor will sort of shoulder push the heavily armored dwarf, which causes him to stagger forward a step, and he'll turn and grin at you. "Friends, I don't suppose, as we're getting ready to share our drink with you, you happen to know anything about magic amongst you?"
Oh, certainly. We know a great deal about magic. What kind of magic were you hoping for? Magic granted to you by dark powers? Magic granted to you by ill-fated, doomed people who believe that the gods will save them from the all-loving embrace of our demonic overlords?
Are you referring to arcane magic like a wizard would?
The two dwarves exchange glance, and the one wearing the heavy armor will just take out a holy symbol of Kandarn, the smith god, and hold it tight to his breast and say, "Aye, it is a problem of dark magic, all right.
Oh, wonderful.
There's something wrong with the everything here. It started with house pets, and it got worse after the cats all killed each other. Then went the guard wolves, the half-breed hounds, and the chickens, the cows, and the horses. They all went mad, started pecking at each other, tearing their own throats out. And now," he holds the holy symbol tighter and looks up to this enormous stained glass depiction of a dwarf with a smith's hammer that is, by your guess, probably been freshly erected. There's still scaffolding around it, as if this church has been newly refurbished. Now the wolves come out of the forest. We lost the two millers. God rest them.
Right.
It's entirely
What?
possible you may be under attack by a witch or a coven of witches. I'm excited to find out for you.
The blonde dwarf will butt in. "That's exactly what I said. Yes, there's a witch outside of this town, and it is surely her dark magic that has been..." And the armored dwarf will bop him again, which causes the lightly armored blonde dwarf to ball his fist, as if to actually punch his comrade. But the cleric will speak firmly. "I do not believe it is the witch. She has been in these parts a long time, and has not afflicted the village folk. I cannot
Why not know?
condone
You might have
such...
snubbed her some way.
Oh, I suppose 'tis possible, but surely she would make demands rather than just murdering folk."
Oh, it's possible a demand was made of her to make sacrifices of you. These things do happen. But don't worry, we'll find out for you.
Wait a minute. Question. How many adventuring parties have been coming through here? And you know what I mean when I say adventurer. You know, the types that will come into your house and try to steal your stuff.
Greta think they smash pot.
They do.
Uh,
Hooligans.
the dwarven cleric will look to his friend and will say, "Our esteemed brother here wasn't in town yet, but we had a group come through almost a year ago. They killed a basilisk under the church. That's why we were able to start rebuilding it here, but that's the last we saw of anyone armed aside from some mercenaries. They're just passing through on their way to Anders Bay, I'd guess."
I see. Any strange happenings before the whole entire, animals starting to kill themselves? Anything's out of the ordinary that you might have overlooked?
Greta would like know if you're witch. Greta won't add. Witches for bitches.
Nod. Nod.
The blonde dwarf will make a holy sign over his chest and say, "Keep your voice down with that. The witch has eyes and ears everywhere."
Ah, then witch no Greta come. Witch, Greta come, then witch come.
It's very possible she has a familiar in and around the area who's spying on us even as we speak.
I'd like to make a perception of that, see if I can't notice like any sort of wanton birds around or anything like that.
Sure, go for it.
No.
You are just too busy thinking about witches being made to come by big orc minotaurs.
I am. I really am, yeah.
Are there character sheets?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, there's not.
Yeah, there are
How
character
do you-
sheets. They are too fiddly for my tiny brain to wrap my head around, so I did not use them for the
Yep.
3 gems.
Okay.
Yeah, me and Scout just have them so that we just have it easier to do skills like that.
I even set mine up with powers, but it took me a few hours because you have to actually do fucking code.
Yeah,
What?
it's a whole thing.
What?
Yeah, like the defaults. Here, for instance, this is me. If I'll it's already in code, so I can't do it. I'll put it in VCT so you can see it what it looks like. This is using my daily attack.
Ooh.
My God.
Yeah. So that's why I used a Chrome document.
But I did get mine working because if I use it in game,
Wow.
I just
You will
wasted
never
my
see a
good
number like that
dice.
ever again.
You wasted like my sneak attack that was all D6s or whatever, like all
Poop.
6s.
No.
All right. Anyway, yes, there is a witch outside town. This dwarven cleric, who, by the way, will at some point in this conversation introduce himself as Brother Splint Shield and his cousin Cromrin. The cleric does not believe that the witch is responsible. Cromrin, however, is superstitious and is certain that the witch is spying on everyone and is probably performing some sort of horrible dark ritual on all of you.
I see no familiar. She's at least not spying on this one, at least as much as I can tell.
Splint Shield nods.
Have no fear.
Of course.
Greta
Gandalf
make witch
protects.
love Greta. Wait, why does Gandalf protect?
We are in his holy house, sister. He'll protect us here, but outside is outside his domain. He will gesture towards the door, which you can see has at least one or two big claw slashes through the front, where the wolves almost got in.
It is unfortunate that you trust to the gods, but surely time will amend all things. In the meantime, shall we head out now, or is there more things that you would like us to check out in the immediate area?
Greta, check out your ale barrel.
Well, if you have more sense than to go bother Witch Fearin, there are a couple of farms out down south. We haven't heard a peep out of any of the folks down there since all this started. I don't know if they're alive or dead, but if you could at least bring them back to the town, we have a better chance of protecting them here.
That would be good.
Did we come from north or south?
You came from the north.
Oh.
And you did pass a farm which looked quite abandoned.
We'll see about it, if they're not too much out of our way.
And if they're still alive.
If the Dark One smiles on them, they will come into our embrace.
Well, we hope the Dark Ones leave them well enough alone. But he will cough under his breath, mutter something to Kandarn, and say, "If you would do this for us, we would be very much in your debt. I am afraid we don't have any more healing supplies here in town. What little we had were spent on the villagers, but I have a touch of the god's magic about me if any of you do get hurt out there. I can see to your wounds, and my cousin here, he knows the region like the back of his hand. He used to be the Duke's ranger." Cromwell will nod. If you need directions anywhere, I can point you the right way, but...
I don't suppose you would happen to have a live chicken or goat we could sacrifice before we head out, as a blessing to our endeavor.
I think those killed each other a long time ago.
He will nod. Nothing but
Oh, all
jerky
of
left
them?
for any purposes, least of all sacrifice.
Oh, well, jerky's good too, but I don't think the Dark One likes jerky.
That is
Well-
of waste. Everyone loved jerky.
You know, you're probably right.
Cleric squints at you at this point and mutters, "Offering sacrifice to the Dark One's liable to bring demons down on your head, girl. You best
that
be
would be good.
careful."
The demons lend us our powers.
You see his hand twitch, and the blonde fellow puts a hand out. "Old cousin, old. Let's not be too hasty, lest our heavily armed friends here.
Oh, I understand the confusion here. You were thinking that we were working with the demons that are besetting your town. Don't worry about that. No, those are most likely other demons. They're not all hostile to people. As long as we learn to love them, then they will assist us in all things. And I assure you that the Dark One is going to make sure that your farm and your people are well taken care of.
I'll cut this off here. We were put
Wait,
in by the
Greta have
Duke.
picture of favorite one. I gotta rummage around in my bag and pull out like it's not a parchment scroll, it's one of those like embroidery sheets instead, with like a stitched image. And I'm gonna like unroll it like a fucking miniature tapestry. It's just Irish getting in repose. This one Greta favorite.
Hmm, I
Wonderful.
see.
Ladies, can we please stop trying to give the cleric an aneurysm and just
Oh,
calmly
Greta is of
and-
one last question.
The cleric is at this point just trembling with outrage. Just basically trying to be like, there, please don't get us killed by the adventurers. These people are psychopaths. Oh god.
No,
But
this
He's
serious
right.
question. Greta not try to tug your beard.
what? What?
Does your ale a fucking ghost? Maybe not demon, but ghost fucking with animal.
What?
Is there
Your
a
beer, holy
undead?
fuck ghost.
Is there an undead possessing the things around us?
This Greta theory.
Haven't seen any undead around, praise be the gods. We'll look to his fuming cousin and say, yeah, we should have a holy water around. And as he says that, the dwarven cleric takes out a vial from his belt, dips his fingers into it, and just spritzes it all over Sister Sitri.
Ooh,
Fie!
refreshing.
Fie! Away, you demon! Get out of this pure,
Oh, I'm
misguided
not a demon.
girl!
That's sweet of you. You may want to consider using salt and ashes. If there is an undead infestation, those kind of things can slow down or possibly prevent them from entering buildings. Obviously, you don't have any living livestock, otherwise, I would say you can make a very simple ward using the blood of a recent sacrifice. But in the meantime, we'll go head out. You go find some salt, guard your doorways, and when we get back, we'll let you know what we find.
Blonde dwarf will nod. Right, you do that. I'm going to finish barricading now and get my cousin to bed before he bleeds out his nose again.
Wonderful.
Could you also point us to the general direction of the witch, just in case? She might know more about the situation as she is a fair bit more familiar with the arcane arts, being a witch and all.
He will indeed give you directions from Luvarne to the witch's hut, which is just a couple hours outside town. The miller's
much.
mill, where unfortunately a pair of poor innocent cat boys were mauled to death by wolves. And then the farms out here outlying where no one's. Of course, I was on the GM layer. That. Come on. Token layer. There we go. Witch hut, miller's mill, and the farms outlying where they've lost contact with everybody.
Well, should we investigate the mill or the farms first? Or should we go and try and find the witch first?
I like the idea of the witch.
Witches are smart.
As much as I would like to go around the farms and try to help the people, I think that if someone has decided to stay in their homes despite everything that is going on, we will not be able to persuade them to leave. So the witch might be the best option.
Who said anything about persuading? All we need to do is knock them out and take them back, whether they want to or not.
That is not a good idea, knocking out. Look, people out here, farmers, tend to have big families. I can only carry so many people.
I'll shrug. Well, that's
Also-
their own fault for not coming in then.
Yes, please, do not knock out people that are very attached to their homes.
Well, I was hoping to hand out some pamphlets, but I suppose we can go visit the witch first.
I mean, most of these people cannot even read, so why would you hand out pamphlets? Are they
Oh, they
illustrated?
have instructive illustrations, of course.
Well, I
It's
mean,
like
Sitri, think
pop-up,
about
pop-up book.
this way, Sitri. The longer they have to deal this ordeal, the less faith they'll have in the gods, and they'll go to the dark ones like you want them to.
Possibly. I'm a little concerned they've either already been sacrificed or the mad livestock have killed them and eaten them, which is a possibility. But perhaps we'll find someone near the door of death and we can adopt the orphans and indoctrinate them into the proper ways.
Yeah, maybe.
At this point, the Dwarven cleric has just begun frothing and spritzing more holy water on you until his cousin grabs him by the shoulder and leads him off before he starts something he cannot finish.
Can we
Oh
please?
my, I didn't realize we were having a wet t-shirt contest. I would have worn something a little more revealing.
You're
Stop.
beating Greta to make joke about making wet.
You really need to
Oh,
stop.
please, Greta. You're wet all the time. You know this.
Oh no. Why does this happen every time we come across a cleric? You know, we are very set in their ways. Yet you insist. One day we will find a cleric who is actually powerful and might be in trouble. And not magically speaking, but politically.
Oh, possibly, but their imposter gods will surely let them down in the end.
And if not, a knife in the dark does the job well.
I don't think those will help much if we have entire garrison or levies after us. I digress. We have to move. Nothing will get done as if we sit here and bicker.
So,
Indeed.
off to the witch's hut?
Mhm. Off to the witch's hut.
Alright. It's a short enough journey that no checks are required, just a couple hours trek from the village outskirts. As you make your way towards her home, though, you can see that the even rolling fields that surround Luvarne, perfect for farming, give way to more rocky outcroppings that eventually on the horizon become hills, and then beyond the hills, or perhaps covering the hills, is a great vast forest of green that's starting to come in and bloom in the beginnings of spring. But for now, let me grab our heroes. What are you doing on the map? Alright, so as you approach the home of this witch, as you've been informed, who is on point in your group? Who's at the front of the march?
I think I'm the most unkillable of the team. So if you're talking about
No,
like
not
meat,
at all.
no, then if you're looking for the boon,
The paladin.
Presumably the paladin. I have 20 AC and 38
you
health.
20? I was so
20?
fucking
20
proud.
AC?
I was so proud of
Wow.
my 19.
20 armor class, 38 hit points.
38.
She is a monster of unkillability.
Yeah, see
Jesus.
guys, the trick is to let Savin build your characters.
It's so same. Yeah, all right. I mean, I'm at 28 health and 19 AC, and I already thought that was pretty fucking slick.
I mean, it is for a healer.
Dude,
This is a
I'm
tank, a professional
me-
get hit in face character.
calling me a healer at level 1 is a bit of a a bit of a stretch.
It's
I
the
could do
best
that a
you
bit.
got.
I hope it's not the best you got. We got a cleric.
I would be very happy to go first and get killed. Please, let me lead.
No.
All right. So I think I've got a party order then. All right. So in that case, Minotaur friend Sina, would both of you roll perception checks for me as you are approaching the witch's hut? You're probably the most likely to notice.
It's my
Are they
perception.
really the most likely to know so?
In this case, yes, just based on
Okay.
positioning.
Okay then.
Perception. I +0, you say.
Superb. Excellent.
High
Okay.
five.
So I'm going to give this to our Minotaur just based on his height. He's going to be able to see it first. As you approach this hut, there's a faint path leading up where the grass has been matted down by perhaps a wagon coming and going over time. And then you approach a fairly low, maybe 3-foot tall stone wall with a gate of wood at the front. But standing in front of the stone wall, you see what at first looks like a statue of a Minotaur, but it's incredibly lifelike, as detailed in every respect as Euthelmos himself is. A huge, strapping, flared nostril fellow with an axe held high as if to bring it down to swing. He's
Oh,
perfectly still and white as a ghost.
you say lifelike.
Extraordinarily.
I do not like when you use these words.
You are afraid of being made statue?
Yes, very. Look,
It's
No fear.
possible they're simply ensorcelled.
I'd rather not be turned to statue.
Why
Oh,
they
that's
put
fine.
you
If you
in
turn to a
scroll?
if you turn to a statue, I'll break you out real quickly.
That is not
So-
very. No, never
So
mind.
was he frozen into a statue, or is he just frozen in place?
He does appear to be made of like solid granite, and there's a number of small birds sitting up in his horns that have given the top of his head a much whiter hue. As you approach, though, these birds screech and caw at you and begin flying at you, but a few swipes of your hand and they are scattered. Small songbirds that they are.
Oh my, that's a
What?
powerful hex indeed.
What role would it like out of character? I'm pretty sure I know what it is, but in character, I don't know. So, what role would it be to figure out whether or not I know what a cockatrice is?
That would probably be nature.
Okay. Ah, excellent. Another wisdom thing.
That, and didn't they say there was a basilisk here?
There
Did they?
used to be a
I don't
basilisk
remember.
here.
Used to
There
be a
used to be a
basilisk.
basilisk here.
Some adventurers, they're pretty sure, killed it off.
Well, I just
Could be of old treasure take from basilisk.
Out here?
I just have chickens on the mind, so cockatrice was the first thing that came to me.
Good old Stray, always with cock on the mind.
No, I know nothing.
Excellent. Yeah, you know what a cockatrice is, but you don't quite have the mental acuity to put it together to make a statue here. Probably more thinking of a basilisk since it's been brought up.
Um,
Oh, do you want a nature
Oh,
check
hey,
to see
for, like,
about this stuff?
You
the
can.
for the first time in multiple games, I don't have dump statted intelligence.
I know. I
in a D&D
specifically
game.
I specifically thought to myself, you know what? I'm gonna throw Stray a bone here. I'm gonna give her some intelligence. All right. Speaking of which, nature. Yes. So, may you wander over to this statue, and in fact, let me bring you guys over to the map. And as you walk up to it, it's been cleared of birds, and you're able to investigate it a bit more closely. You can see that this creature has no injuries on it whatsoever, which would indicate to you that if it needed is a creature turned to stone, which sure seems like it, it wouldn't have been a cockatrice. Cockatrice peck people to death or near death, and then you turn to stone. A basilisk does have a gaze that will turn you to stone, as does a Medusa. There are also very powerful magics that can turn you to stone, which is basically a death sentence.
I totally forgot Medusas exist in this setting. Third played one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, this bull is of made rock hard by gaze? Greta, no funny
Possibly.
joke.
Could also be the witch we're looking for is just that powerful.
Yes, those are all possibilities.
Or
So-
perhaps she's just a masterful stonemason.
That
That-
too.
That does not seem very likely, but I hope that in this case you are right.
So-
Greta hope they're strong.
As you're saying that, one of the windows of this little cottage will open up, and this is an actual glass window, something you don't see very often outside of churches. Full 4 panes of glass glued together on wood, and a woman with long red hair and a pair of very tall, pointed, white-furred ears will peek her head out, glance about. So what's this I hear about looking for a witch? Hmm?
You are of Monsieur Greta looking for bitches.
Well, if you're
This
looking
is-
for bitches, I know a lovely place down in Anders Bay, but I'm afraid you won't find any here.
Excuse my friend, she is a little bit unrefined in her manners. We are merely trying to find the witch in these woods to help us ascertain the situation with the local fauna.
Ah, finally, let me guess. The Baron finally found some adventurers willing to take his coin.
Well, it was a good amount of coin.
Well, let's not have a shouting match, shall we? Come on in. And she will snap her fingers, and there's a crackle in the air as if some static has passed by you. You don't see anything, though.
Oh,
right.
yes. Gaining permission to enter a residence is very important. Otherwise, you are entirely vulnerable.
Vulnerable to what?
Oh, any number of things.
No.
Speaking of which,
The witch smiles. I like this one.
and I like you. Praise Satan. And how are you doing?
She
You realize
quirks an eyebrow.
you've just forced Savin to put Satan the demon into this game.
Yes, so she's gonna quirk an eyebrow and say, well, well, a servant of the Demon Queen, is it? I don't see you very often around these parts.
Oh, yes. Well, our order has been decimated by the ill workings of the false gods. Nevertheless, I persevere.
That's good, that's good. And she will just straight up make a sign that to most of you would probably look like an evil eye. Sitri, you immediately recognize this as the divine blessing of the Demon Queen Arishka.
Oh, how
Oh,
very pleasant. I like you already.
Aw.
Greta was hoping she knew from having Arishka pinup.
So, if it's not too upfront, can I simply ask you, were you responsible for the hexes that befouled the animals and the various disappearances of the nearby farmers?
No, I can't say I was.
Oh, what a
Unfortunately
tragedy.
for me, I've actually fallen rather in love with the people and landscape around this town. I'd hate to hurt them.
Oh, yes, love is an insidious and slow killer.
Or a very fast killer in our queen's case.
Yes, I suppose that's true.
Will smile faintly and then sort of sit down on the windowsill. And you see a kitsune tail peek out from behind her, flip flap across the open windows. But as for what caused this, truly I wish I knew. If I had to guess, I'd say the local dryad might be agitated, but then again, the attacks have been occurring over far too wide an area. I'm not sure she's powerful enough for that, which leaves us with a dark sorcerer of some kind, or an ancient curse, but I'm not aware of any nearby.
You said a dryad. Are there perhaps a circle of druids nearby that might be responsible for such a thing?
No, the druids got run off a long time ago. The
Ah,
closest circle you'll find is across the bay.
I see. Well, dark sorcery is fairly likely, yes.
Maybe an after effect from where the basilisk was. Wasn't it in some ruins beneath the town or something?
It was, but those were purified by some adventurers about a year ago. Unless they did a remarkably poor job, I doubt that's the cause. Then again, you might find some nice statuary down there.
I suppose we could check with the dryad. Do you happen to know where she resides?
I do, though it's been a long time since I had a chance to speak with her. But I'm sure she hasn't gone anywhere, rooted to the spot as she is.
Oh, you made a funny joke. I like that.
Such is the way of dryads.
So, if you go about, 20 miles to the south east of here, Between the two largest farms, there's a outcropping of trees. The largest apple tree there is where our lovely dryad resides.
Hmm.
Seems easy enough to find.
It should be, but I'd recommend taking a less straight approach to it. There's a kobold war in between here and there, and I'd hate for such a pretty group, and a handsome bull, too, I admit, and get waylaid and carved up by a bunch of little dragon men.
They are quite the pest, kobolds are. Always infesting every place they can.
So when Euthelmos, you bring up, speaking of statuary, the witch just smiles at you and says, "Well, don't worry about him, my dear. I'm sure you, Bull of the Gods, wouldn't raise a hand against a sweet, innocent little witch living all by herself, would you?"
Absolutely not. Even if she wasn't sweet and innocent, I would definitely think twice if I could be turned into stone.
Smart boy. That's why I leave him around. Sort of like a scarecrow for other would-be murderers.
You know what? It is actually pretty brilliant. But you know, most murderers are too stupid to realize the sign very clearly left outside.
Well, that's what the runes are for. And if that
It is a
fails, the
handsome
rod.
decoration.
Isn't he, though? Well, I'd invite you all in for tea, but the sun is getting on in the day, and I'm afraid that the beasts will be out before long. If you're lucky, you might make it to one of the farms before then. If.
Oh, what kind of beasts lurk in these dark areas?
Goblins and kobolds are the intelligent ones, but there's a great many wolves, some particularly large and vicious. And
Children of the night. I love to hear them sing.
as did I once, until they became violent. Now their sweet howls bring such sorrowful tears to women's eyes.
This is of poet words, and now it's Greta time shine. Pretty witch, Greta wishes to make you hers. How might Greta go about this? Must you gaze longingly at me in full moon?
The witch covers her mouth to stifle a laugh. Oh my, you brought me a real charmer, this one.
You might want to try flowers.
How
Yeah.
could Greta try flower? Greta is already present of prettiest flower, big red. Like fresh blood on snow.
It is actually pretty good.
Oh my, oh my. Well, I'll tell you what, my pretty little half-orc, half... What is that? Tiefling? No, Minotaur, is it?
Greta is of Minotaur. Very milky mother, buff big orc dad.
I see, I see. Well, I'll tell you what, Greta. Why don't you bring me a pretty little flower from our dryad friend, and we can talk about what comes next.
This Greta does.
Told you, Greta, women like flowers.
You are correct and true.
You should listen to your Minotaur. He seems wise beyond his years, uncharacteristic for their kind.
Greta expected which is to be most fan of abs, which Greta also has many of.
This particular witch has had her fill of abs over the years, but they aren't a negative. She will give you a little wink, and a second foxtail will appear and do a little swish.
That too. This obviously means Greta is doing good job. Greta ready.
And she turns out to be a nine-tailed fox, and you become part of her harem.
Damn it! Oh no, what will
The
I
old
do?
switcheroo.
Oh no, I got
fucking
charmed by
switcheroo.
an evil witch. Oh no.
Oh no.
Alright.
Well
So,
then, Miss Witch, we must be off. If
do
luck
take
has it,
care
we'll
of
see you again.
yourselves. Do take care of yourselves, and if you find whatever causes this disturbance, what's driving my poor wolves mad, do kill it slowly for me.
We
I'll make
shall
sure that
enjoy.
I'll make sure they get many knives in the back.
Oh, I'm sure you will. She does a little wave with her tail as you turn and leave, and our parting shot on the witch's house as the lot of you begin to leave is the camera pans around inside of the house, and we see her hop down off the windowsill, close the glass up, draw the curtain. She rolls her shoulders and puts a hand up on a suit of armor that's resting just nearby, a black plate with a blue-white snowflake emblazoned upon the breastplate, what we, the audience, would recognize as the symbol of Lord Winter. Gives it a fond pat and says, "Well, it's not often we see us just walking out in the open like that. I wonder how long that child will last."
Bad guys have the best aesthetic.
They really do.
I mean, yeah. Have you seen my character token?
Bing.
Ah, I see.
Where
Top
are we?
left.
Okay, we're up here.
Yeah, we're here. We need to go here. Ish.
Ah, more of the Vader. As long as this one isn't fucking made of mage bane.
Sure, it's not. She made an apple. Apple is delicious.
Unless they're crab apples.
Crab apples. I gotta admit, I really, really like this person did a set of arts that were all fruit, like orchard dryads.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was great.
Oh, lovely. I'll have to look that up again.
Real talk though, that fox woman was super cute.
Mm-hmm. All right. So where
Greta
to and how
reveals big
get?
charm.
Yes, Greta is big charm. So where are we going, and how are we getting there?
How late
So,
is it?
It's probably about midday by the time you've gotten to Faroon's house.
so do we move any faster on roads as opposed to like going through mountains or anything like that? Or
You go
hills?
slower on mountains. If you're just in the plains, it's as fast as going on the road.
Okay. Let's see. So that. So that's 27. This will
We
probably
could
basically be
stop
about
by
the
the
same.
mill. They might have ground up something fresh for us.
Wasn't the mill already like basically destroyed? Isn't that what the dwarves had told
Yeah,
us?
the
The two
the
people
millers are
managing that had been killed.
the millers are the ones who got killed first, overrun by the wolves. It is abandoned.
Well, if it's abandoned, we could simply hole up there and defend ourselves throughout the night, as we are beset by all manner of wonderful beasties.
I mean, yes, I guess we could absolutely go and become squatters in the home of the recently deceased.
Good
We're not
idea.
losing it.
If the
God,
fences failed there once, the fences will fail there again.
Defense does not have Greta.
We were warned about kobold warrens, so heading through the mountains may lead us through to them. Though their wholesale slaughter would be a fun diversion, it might distract us from getting down to the people responsible for the beasts, which I don't think would be the kobolds. Usually they're not intelligent enough for wholesale destruction on that level.
No,
Kobold's
usually
tail of
those-
delicious. Big steak.
this is true. And you're right. Usually they're not smart enough to do that, nor do they usually live long enough to achieve such things.
I would invite either possibility, holing up in the mill and possibly encountering the ghosts of the recently deceased, or going straight on through to the farm and killing as many kobolds as we run across.
Let's head to the mill. Maybe we'll find some clue as to what these beasts are doing anyway. More than just going wild.
If the millstone is still in order, and we find who's responsible, we could tie them up to the millstone and slowly crush them alive. Perhaps their screams would carry all the way to our witch friend.
You
I
are
like the way
saying
you think.
actually grind bone, make bread?
Yes.
Like from the stories, Greta is of excite.
I like the way you think. Let's do it.
I
All
ask
right.
myself, how did my life get to this point? I still do not have answer.
Because we're
Only
the ones that
answer
keep you alive the longest.
Only answer from Sitri. She's a dark one.
All right. So, as the party makes its way towards the mill, it was so hard not to say downtown there. It's so hard. The hours tick on by, and you notice that it's strangely quiet moving across the hills and down through the valleys. There's remarkably little wildlife about, as if it's all retreated into the shadows. Even the birds are silent, which is certainly odd at this point in year. It's the beginning of spring. It should be awash with life, and it seems nearly dead around here. At least that is until you near the hill on which the mill is placed, and you see dark shadows cresting between the trees, and you note that the sun is getting awful low now. And I'm going to move you to another map. Three wolves peer out from the tree line just ahead, between you and the mill. One of them much larger, stouter than the others, with a deadly cunning in its eyes that gazes over the lot of you. All three of them bear their fangs. What do you do?
I do not think
I'd like
diplomacy might be an option here.
to fade into the shadows. Try and get the drop on them.
All right. They've certainly seen your party, but you do have some terrain here and a big old Minotaur to hide behind. So, give me a stealth check.
14, not that good.
All right.
Might be better than level 1 wolves.
Unfortunately, wolves have a keen sense of sight and smell, and though you do duck out into the shadows, you are keenly aware of eyes still on you. A couple of the hounds begin to advance, snarling, slavering.
Smashy time.
Yep, it might indeed be smashing time.
Indeed.
All right. If that is
Oh,
the
the s-
case.
the Starwood tree, I remember that.
All right. I'm just gonna make it a little initiative bro up here. Don't mind him.
Euthelmos. So ready.
You're ready to work out the frustrations of having to listen to everyone talk about the Dark One and all their evil schemes all day.
And all the sexual frustrations.
That too.
It is just so hard.
Yeah, exactly. Very hard.
Yeah.
Lots of sexual frustrations.
It's
I'm
so long
surrounded-
and hard. You just talking about the gates getting
You're
on the other
waist
one
deep in
rock hard.
sin.
I'm surrounded by sociopaths.
Welcome
Yet
to being an
this place-
adventurer.
it
And
is
that
the place I feel
Just
most
how
at
it
home.
goes.
Welcome to two of your party being evil.
Too.
Only two.
At least two.
The whole party, except for Euthelmos, I think, is evil.
Oh. Alright, welcome to the rest of the party.
Fucking
being evil,
Euthelmos
except
might be
you.
evil. I'm not going to speak for him. He might actually just secretly be playing like some kind of Father Grigori style long game.
No, you
Oh,
know what?
God, I
You're
love
right.
Grigori.
No,
That
I
might be
made
the
a
case.
fucking lawful good.
Oh,
Oh.
badass!
Oh, you poor bastard.
You poor baby!
Oh boy.
Oh, Alpha Wolf. Oh no, it's the wolves. This is the worst it could possibly be for them. All
This
right.
is the best.
1, 2, 3, 4. I think we're missing somebody on the board. Who's straight?
Stray.
Oh, Sina, Stray.
Uh,
Oh, I think Stray is currently fighting the long haul, which comes with Hangover Land.
oh no. All right,
There are some
that's
overage fees to pay.
Back.
oh, there you are. Perfect. It's initiative
Yeah.
time.
Okay,
Initiative
let me-
is just your
Let me
dex,
look up my initiative.
which is 0. Roll a d20.
Oh, okay.
Init yourself.
Excellent.
Still faster than the wolves. Fuck you, wolves. Slowest wolves ever.
Fuck you, wolves.
All right. So indeed, the wolves are much too slow in their attack. They are holding back. But before our Minotaur friend can go, something rustles in the trees. Sitri, what's your passive perception? Out of curiosity, that's 10 plus your perception bonus.
Let me see. That would be 12.
12. Okay, excellent. So you don't see it until it's too late, as something comes out of the shadows. In fact, it looks just like a bush is lunging out at you, but its branches turn into vicious claws, and it comes at you, snarling, which is something
What
a
is that
tree
thing's
really
initiative?
ought
Euthelmos
not.
is fast. It's
Would-
before Sitri.
These guys, hold on, let me pop them on the board. Sorry.
Would
They
I have
are.
noticed it with a 19 passive perception? Does not
Well-
right by Sitri.
You would, so it will not get combat advantage on you. You will see it before it can strike you.
Okay.
There you go, token layer. They rolled a 24.
24? Ah, bugger.
Oh,
All
damn,
right.
wow.
All right. So, unfortunately, it is not able to hit the cleric. Well, unfortunately for them. 2, 3, 4, 5. Another one leaps out of this tree just ahead of you and just dive bombs onto Greta. So let's see. Do you have enough speed? Yes, you do. Okay. All right, there we go. 24 to hit. Greta, you take.
This is terribly.
Does it? I'm sorry. I just
Yeah,
assumed,
no,
you know.
all right, yeah, how much? Fucking
right,
24 out the gate.
So
I
you
see how it's
didn't
gonna
see
be.
it, so this is going to be 5 poison damage.
Ow, dick.
Just calling
Oh,
the
God.
seedling a dick.
Yeah, the Greta literally goes, ow, dick.
All right, and a couple more. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, you
5.
have put your monster notes in
Oh,
token layer
nice.
as well.
Oh, yeah. I saw Big Doggos run.
That's fine.
Also, remind players of Second Wind and
Yeah.
APs.
Luckily, none of you have had a turn yet, so that's fine. All right. So this guy is going to come up and just kind of menace you. 1,
He's
2,
mad
3,
dogging.
4, 5. Yeah, this guy. These guys are both just going to kind of get into the trees where they're more protected. All right. Euthelmos, my cleric, my Minotaur, my bro. You're up.
Well, there's one thing I must do. Get this bitch the fuck out of there. It just does not belong.
Fucking A.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, you bring your horns in and just rip through this thing. There are now 2 bushes with claws, and neither of them are moving. It just
Is that one per horn?
yeah, it's just X animate. You rip it in half, and it collapses all over itself.
Next turn.
All right. So, by the way, just for reference, since I've played my notes hand here, in addition to anything it may say on your character sheet, you have 2 other actions or things you can do. Once per encounter, you can use a standard action, take a second wind. That'll heal you up by a healing surge and give you +2 to all your defenses. It's like taking the dodge action, but it heals you. And then you each have 1 action point, which you can use to take an extra standard action on your turn. Which, might be useful as you are surrounded by enemies. But we'll see.
This is true.
In the meantime, Sitri.
Oh, goodness. We have the wolves and the beasts in the trees. This does seem to be the kind of thing that druids would do, but we've been assured that they're gone. I wonder what kind of wicked sorcery could be at fault. Well, no use wondering for the moment, I suppose. Let's don the blessing of our Lord. I will put on the armor of Agathis and gain 12 temporary hit points, as well as the ability to automatically do damage to anyone who starts their turn, any enemy that starts the turn adjacent to me. And then I will step forward.
Yeah, can you create flanking opportunities for Greta so that I can... Yes!
Yeah.
Right there. And then I'll
Perfect.
take a minor action to put a Warlock curse on, this one, I suppose.
Okie dokie. He
Hmm.
is hexed.
I suppose this should be asked right now before we get into it. Do you do a triangle of combat advantage, or do you do a line? As in, the triangle is that, or the line is
It is
only
a
adjacent?
straight line. So
You only do lines. Okay,
you and
cool.
Sitri are currently flanking that guy, but Sina is not.
Good to know.
So, May. Unfortunately, you are not hidden from anybody, but you are not in danger at the moment.
That's fine. That's fine. Let's see here. So let us first move up 2 squares.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a special thing in my powers from being a rogue called First Strike, which means as long as stuff hasn't acted in the combat order yet, I have combat advantage over them.
Hell yeah.
That would only be those wolves, even
Yep.
though the other seedlings haven't hit.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
That's why I pointed over here to the wolves.
Sick.
It's unborkinating time.
Yeah, so that wolf alpha there,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna try and let me just measure out here. That's 10 squares. So yeah, that's well within hand crossbow range. So we're gonna shoot an arrow at him.
All right. Of a +2 from your
Bam.
combat advantage. That is a solid hit. Bad damage on
And
the basic attack, but sneak attack. All right, it's 13 damage, not bad. Pow. You land a quarrel into this thing's shoulder, and it winces and then howls angrily. Oh!
mm-hmm. Let's see here. As I move 2 squares, I can't. It's not like 5e where I can just like move back
Correct.
anymore
You
if
do
I
have
move, right?
discrete movement actions. It's like Dark Heresy that way. You gotta. You're done with your move action. If you have a minor action, you can
Right.
still do that. Otherwise, you are done.
Can I hide as a minor action?
No.
No. Okay. Then I don't believe I have any minor action things, so I
All
think
right.
I'm done.
On to the Paladin, Stray.
I forgot to make an attack. An attack macro. Give me like 1 second.
Dazku.
I missed the combat advantage thing. Is it triangle or is it lines?
It is
Line.
lines. So,
Lines,
for
okay.
instance, if you moved here, you would be flanking with Sina, but Sina's not currently flanking with anybody.
Okay.
Okay.
Question for you, Adj. Are you good at actually landing a hit? Because it would be obviously easier then if I can rely on you to slap dudes for me if I shout at you.
I believe you can use your standard.
Oh yeah, I use my standard to
skills,
make
right?
someone else do an attack, but it adds to their damage, not to their chance to hit. So I'm wondering if you're actually good at landing a hit, because you still have to roll that.
So I was just looking at these spells. Do like wands, staffs, rods do like melee attacks, or can you command me to use like at will powers as well?
No, it's only your
No,
melee or
basic
ranged
attacks.
basic attacks. If you're a Warlock, you should have Eldritch Blast, which is a basic attack, but it's in melee, so you'll have a penalty to hit. Or I think you'll also get
I
obvious.
think
But,
I can only command a basic melee, not a basic ranged, even if it's at
Oof.
melee, unfortunately.
Mm.
All right, so unless Sitri has a dagger out in her other hand, then she's not really able to be
That's
hit by
fine.
that.
I could do the whack instead.
Yeah. I mean, you also have a Paladin in melee with you.
This is true, but the paladin isn't giving me a free flank.
That's true.
Okay. So, I'm just going to follow Savin's advice, and I'm going to divine challenge this seedling.
All right, the one in melee with you?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. This poor
And then-
bastard.
So wait, this is probably a minion as well.
It is. It's just getting so fucked.
This poor minion.
It came to me.
It did.
It's true.
It earned this.
Wait, what do you mean came to you? It came at me. It hit me.
But it came to my
I was-
square.
this
my
is
square
true.
It came
speed. If I
within her
move, I'll
range.
get up. Yeah.
This is true.
Okay. So, what kind of action is that? That's at will. I don't know what that means.
So at will means you can do it whenever you want. I believe that particular ability is a minor action. So on your turn, you can move, you can take a standard action, and you can take a minor action. So in this case, you can
Okay.
challenge somebody, kill it, and then move on.
Okay. So I'm gonna challenge it, then I'm gonna sword it. Is what I'm hearing.
Yep.
Hey, macro works.
Chop. This thing is destroyed. You slice it directly down the middle. And you still have your move if you want to get up in the fight.
Yeah, I think I'm not going to move all the way up, but I'm gonna, we're gonna create a line.
Sounds good.
Right.
Sounds good. All right, Greta, you're up.
Yeah. I have a furious charge, so I can reach this seedling with a charge attack.
Nice. Oh god.
And I
All right.
Sure. What the charge is.
That is my movement.
All right, so a
I should know
charge
that.
is, this is the point where I have to actually open up the rulebook.
Yeah.
Charge, charge, charge.
Oh, speed 5. You only move 5.
Oh,
Okay.
also, fuck, I forgot that I have this, and obviously it's the first fight. Everyone around me got +2 initiative. It wouldn't have made a difference because of the fact that the seedlings got 24 and the wolves got all less than us. But in the future, if you're near me at the start of a fight, you'll get +2 initiative.
Okay.
Here we
I have
go.
all these features.
Action combat charge. So you are moving and then making a melee basic attack as part of a standard action. So you can go a shit long way.
Yes, you can. I can charge 7, even though I've got heavy armor on, and then I still have a movement afterwards. So if I really wanted to, I could then whoop right back out again.
Yep. And you get a +1 bonus to your attack roll, by the way.
Yeah. My favorite thing was someone who had this weird fucking out of a book feat combo where you could chain charges together as long as you were killing things. So it would be charge and then use an action point, and then for the rest of the fight, it was everything you killed gave you your charge back. And so they ran into a room full of fucking minions and pinballed off of them.
Nice.
That's the shit right there.
Speaking of
Brilliant.
minions, chop it down.
Yep. Let's give this guy the fucking... We'll give him the business. We'll give him that long sword. Where is basic attack on this sheet? Because I feel like that one's also probably on here somewhere.
Inventory.
Yeah, just use your use one of your at-wills. That's fine.
Sure, I'll just fucking hit an at-will. 15 plus charge.
Huh.
All right. So 15. Yep. You slice it down. The seedling is destroyed by the power of your swing.
I should have
Okay.
moved up further. I did
No,
not
that's
realize
fine
she was
because I have an actual normal ass movement. I'm gonna go 5 squares over to here.
Okay. I was worried that they were immediately just going to draw a line.
Yeah.
Nope.
If this was 5e, you would absolutely have just fucked yourself. But because charge is
Sorry.
just a standard action,
Yeah.
you can in fact move around.
If I'd missed and then couldn't move away without getting beaten on, then sure, that might have been a problem. But no, I killed it, which means I succeeded, and I'm the best. Everyone is great. I don't think I have any minors. Let's check here.
You do have your healing word.
I
You can
do.
in fact literally heal yourself.
I can shout at me. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to inspire myself.
There you go.
Indeed, with Greta, Greta would have been in danger, but Greta is the best. She succeed.
All right, so mark off one of your healing surges. They're tracked in your blue bar, and you pretty much go back up to full.
Oh yeah, immediately to full. I already surge for
All right.
7,
Blockers.
and I
What is your speed?
added 8 to it.
Oh, you are
That
so
right there,
fast.
guys. Those are my only kinds of heal. I can force you to spend a healing surge, which comes off your amount per day, but then I juice them up, and I can do 2 of those per encounter.
All right. So here's where things are going to get a little dicey. So this wolf, the alpha, is going to lunge forward, and then it's going to come snapping and snarling at Sina, but then pull back at the last moment, as if waiting for the decisive moment to pounce.
They're gonna draw a line
Uh-oh.
between me.
Yeah, they are.
Hello. All right, so he readies an action as soon as his friend gets up into melee. Big Daddy Wolf is going to take a bite at you. So
Rude.
It is. It is very rude, and that's a hit, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So you are not currently prone, but you're about to be.
Rude.
Ooh, 15 damage, and you are knocked prone.
Jesus.
So this wolf
That was
just
a very
grabs
good
your leg.
bite.
You hear chainmail crunching, and then whoop, you are on your ass.
That's bad.
Yelping in agony, and then Little Borker is going to try and give you the bites as well. So luckily, you can only have combat advantage once, so you're not double fucked for being prone and flanked. It will also roll the exact same number to hit you.
What a dick.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
Those are some
Alright.
incredible rolls.
That's some big damage.
Yeah.
I
All
can
right.
fix it.
So you are chomped on. And then little shitty wolf's going to come over here, flank Greta.
Prevent the other line from covering. Yep.
Yep.
Makes sense.
And then, yeah, he's just going to give you the business again. So 7 plus 2. Oh, that's not a high number. That's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
30
for
damage
him.
would have floored anyone else in the party.
Yeah, I would have gone down.
Yeah, that
you're,
is tanky, dude. That is incredibly tanky, surviving that fucking 30.
It really is.
Yeah, that would have. Sitri is the only person I think who would have actually just passed on, just been like, "Nah, I'm fine. I'm fine." All right, so that is all the Borkers, and then the Seedlings, of which there is literally one left. All right, it's gonna just try and pound Greta's face in. So yeah, snarling, snapping. This thing is going to move up here. It will, before it attacks, it shifts 2 spaces, so no opportunity attacks off that. And then it's going to go for the chomps and the slashes.
It gave up CA for that?
It will, actually. It wants to get into a better position for later. And it
Okay.
turned out to not need it.
Nope.
So you will take just 3 poison damage. Slash snap.
Dickhead.
All right. Euthelmos.
I'm gonna move up, and I'm gonna use Healing Strike on this fucker. This is horribly, but our paladin can now use a Healing Surge. And with my minor action...
Hold on. So
I
with
can do that.
healing strike, let me just take a peek here. I have a feeling that's a on hit effect.
Probably.
The encounter's the on-hit, the daily is even if you miss.
All right. So no, this is an encounter. So yeah. If you had hit, you would have gotten that healing surge ability, but unfortunately, that effect only triggers on a hit. But then again, you can
Nice.
just healing word.
Yeah, minor action Healing Word. That went surprisingly well.
All right. So
I think Healing Word also does a surge plus that amount.
yes.
Please
All right.
don't die.
So Stray. Mark off 1 item from your blue bar and recover your healing surge value plus 9.
Mark off 1 item. What do you mean?
From your blue bar, -1. Just type that on in. That is your total number of healing surges. You now have 13 instead of 14 left.
Oh, okay.
All right. Sitri.
Oh, all these wolves came and attacked all my friends, but did not come to me. This is very sad. I will move here, and this wolf.
Nat 1 on your Eldritch Blast just blast me in the face.
No.
No, I think I'll do a diabolical grasp instead.
Ah, the grasp.
The grasp. Unfortunately, that will miss.
It fails
Oh.
against its fort. That's not even an AC attack. I love the fucking
Yeah. Most mage
And the
powers
defense saves.
just bypass AC. Don't even care.
Yeah.
But alas, the wolves are a little bit more fortuitous than that.
Boom.
So sad. And then I suppose, in 4th edition, can you move, take an action, finish moving, or do you have to take all
No,
of your
it
moves
is
first?
movement is a discrete action.
Oh, so you have to complete your move completely before you
Yeah, you
make an
once
attack?
you've
Okay.
ended your move action and gone on to something else, you can't finish it afterwards.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess I'll mark this one with my hex also. I
All
should have
right,
done that before I attacked, but I missed anyway.
that's fine. We'd have gone back for you on that.
Yeah.
All right, May.
Okay, so Savin, talk me through this here. First off, moving through players, any penalty.
Yeah, they are difficult terrain.
So it costs 2 squares of movement to move through them.
Yep.
Okay. Second, if I get into range here and then move a square over, do they get opportunity attacks from me moving those squares, or do they only get it if I move out of their range?
All right, that is a good question and one I really should have been prepared for. But
I
alas.
believe it is leaving their threat is what causes oppies in 4A.
Let me just make sure. I believe that's correct as well, but it has been a long time. All right, so opportunity attack. The attacks, page 290. So, moving provokes. If an enemy leaves a square adjacent to you, any square. So, yes.
Okay, so alright then. So that changes that plan.
I mean, you can do that, right?
No,
that would
'cause I
leave
moved
several
that
squares.
to here. That means I get an attack of opportunity from either of these wolves.
Both of them. In
Both
fact,
of them.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
doesn't leave either of their threat.
No,
though,
it's
does it?
not.
No, if
It's
I
not
move
leaving.
any
It's just
square
leaving
next
a
to them.
square, not their threat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Babe.
Yeah.
Fori is
Okay.
using 3E opportunity attacks.
Oh, God, my brain.
Well, in that case, I will go down here, make our line even more,
Excellent.
and
Oh my god, look at this.
and because I have a flanking
What
here,
Brings
the
back so many
you see
memories.
this? Flanking right here. We'll just click that button, and bye wolf.
Oh,
Fucking
Bye bye.
all right. 23 damage. That's substantial.
I just slit it behind his throat.
All right. Yeah, you drive your dagger into the side of its neck. It's not dead, but God, that hurt a lot. It coughs up blood, staggers.
Surprisingly hardy. That would have normally taken down any other wolf.
Yeah, it snaps and
Ooh.
snarls at you. Sina. So standing up from prone, I believe, just takes your full move action. Yeah.
But also, does it provoke oppies in 4A?
Oh,
All
does
right.
it?
That's a
might.
question. Hold on. Let's take a peek. I don't think it does.
But would it be worth it for
that would
getting
be
up for being
bullying.
prone though?
I mean, to be fair, prone isn't doing much to you. It's like a -2 to your attack rolls, but also you're already giving combat advantage. All right, so moving provokes. If an enemy ranged and area attacks provoke. Does not look like standing up provokes.
Okay.
Just movement and using ranged and area powers. So don't do that.
I will lay on hands myself.
All right, so that's your minor action. Spend another healing surge.
I don't know how to do that.
All right, it's
So
just 25% of your HP back, or you gain hit points equal to your healing surge value, and you reduce your blue bar by 1 again.
yeah, so you should have like a blue bar under you. That's how many you can do per day, and you just get a quarter of your health back each time you do it.
Okay, math. I can.
A quarter of
I
your
can do
max.
that.
Quarter of
I
your
got
max.
It's written
Yeah.
down on your character sheet near the top where the HP is.
Also, you should have a state of Blight, which you should probably keep track of in case you have something that
No,
does
don't
with
worry
it.
about that. So in this case, yeah, your healing surge value is 9. So you get 9 hit points back.
Ow. That was mean. I'm going to stab the one behind me, given the big wolf advantage. Well, I'm going to try and miss. I shouldn't say I am.
All right, so what are you doing?
See?
All right,
Stabbing that one.
swing. Unfortunately, that is insufficient to hit. It
I
nimbly
know.
dodges aside. All right, Greta.
It's just going to happen to me again.
Are you ready for Greta new trick?
A woo?
Let's see here. I might go with the old leaf on the wind. All right. So, at this wolf alpha,
All right.
we're gonna. Are you ready to change places in the conga?
No.
So I hit this alpha wolf.
You do hit. All right. 18 damage. Ouchies.
Yep. I'm also going to add on as a no action personal my Furious Assault for 8 more damage.
Ow.
And then I'm going to swap places with it. Fuck you,
Ooh.
buddy.
All right.
And as a minor action, Inspiring Word on the Paladin. Spend another surge plus 9. You are big healthy again, and you are no longer being flanked. Congratulations.
How many surges are you
Yay.
down to? Because that's been like 3 so far.
She's so many. She is full tank.
Yeah.
I think
So
more than you have total.
Stray
Have
should be
11 of
down
those.
to 11 at this point.
11?
It's a
Yes.
paladin. They exist
They are tanks, real
specifically to
tanks.
just
That's
get
like-
hit over and over
Jesus
again.
Christ, that's like twice as many surges as I have total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay, wow.
Thanks, Savin.
Welcome.
Yeah, no, in this game, tanks in this are real tanks. They get hit, they have marking abilities that encourage things to hit them. There's actually basically a taunt in 4E.
Yeah. Tanks
real
can tank.
tank, like a video game in there.
All right.
Okay, alright then.
So
Yeah, that was one of my good hits. I'm glad that worked.
Wolf Alpha's turn rolls around. It's going to use a minor action to make a dread howl. It goes, oh, and all of its packmates go, oh, back at it. All right, so when this happens, all enemies within 5, which in this case is literally all of you, are pushed 1 square. So boop, 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 boop. You all get pushed, and the wolf's, all of his allies can proceed to shift 2 squares. So he's going to shift 1 square up. 1, 2. 1. The seedling does not shift. It's just kind of doing its own thing.
It's not a wolf.
Yeah, it
Nice
is
try,
not a wolf. It wants to awoo. It awoos deep in its heart, but it is just a shitty little minion. It cannot awoo. All right, and then as its actual action, I guess, let's see, he was here, right? I guess he'll shift down to here instead. All right, actual action, the alpha is going to take a bite at the warlord.
What? At me?
Yeah, at you, just because he can flank you. You know how it is.
Greta is of disappoint. Oh, Greta's face.
That's how flanking be.
Never mind, Greta
Chomp.
tough.
All right,
Baby damage for baby wolf.
Greta is tough until she gets knocked prone. The wolf will then use its actual movement action to take a step back. 5 foot out of
And-
there.
Oh, that's a 5
Opportunity?
foot
Damn it.
step.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, okay.
He
Yep,
is
that makes
5
sense.
footing out. All right, basic Borkers. We're doubling up on the Paladin. Let's go.
Yay.
Plus, let's see. You guys are 7. Nope. And nope. All right, they both miss the chomp, chomp, chomp at the Paladin, but you are able to put your shield up and push them back.
Yay,
Right.
plate armor.
The seedling. It's gonna come down in here. I guess come to here. Oh, it
I
can't
mean-
flank.
Oh, yeah, because it was getting an attack of
Yeah,
opportunity.
Greta
if we
would
move
get to
down one more,
obviate.
yeah.
And it really doesn't want that. However, she is prone, so you know, it still gets combat advantage. We'll take what it can get. So you are melee attack 6 and 8. 22 for 5 poison damage on Greta.
Yo, can you give a fucking hot rest with these sick plus 20 hits?
No, I cannot. These guys are here for blood.
Could you try rolling average? That would be sweet.
No, that sounds lame. Euthelmos, you are up. Your tieflings are getting bit on pretty substantially.
Hey,
Destroy the
Greta
wolf in
is not
front of me.
tiefling. Proud orc.
Oh God! All right.
How dead is he? I smash his head into
So
the mall.
when you roll a critical hit, you just do maximum damage, and then if you have a magic weapon, it would add a bunch extra, but you don't. So what is the maximum damage from your power name attack? Lol.
Well, my morning star would be in
It's 12 for that.
12.
12. All right. He is actually still alive, but just barely. If you breathe on him hard, he might fall over. Yeah,
I'll
you've
just
definitely
get math
broken
the
some bones in
damage.
here.
It is using a floor of your strength plus the weapon's damage, and the floor of 15 is 1.
Oh, is it because it's like a sheet
Sorry,
thing?
the floor of 15 is the 10s unit. I
Hey,
think.
Greta,
I don't remember.
cheer up.
Greta happy for violence.
This is your time to shine. Next turn.
Yeah, that is how attribute bonuses are calculated in the D20 system. Is just attribute minus 10 divided by 2. That's what it's doing.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
get it. I don't like that.
Ah, pretty.
Sitri.
Sitri, help.
Goodness.
I mean, that he'll be up to full. Greta, fine.
Well, these wolves are becoming a bit of a problem, so I suppose I will try to Eldritch Blast this one.
All right. Sounds good.
Oh no.
Well, unfortunately, your Eldritch Blast goes wide and buries itself in the dirt between this guy's legs.
Indeed, how frustrating. I will move around him to go in with these guys.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how are you getting there? It's 1, 2, or I'm not sure you can actually get there without provoking an opportunity attack because of your large friend here.
I suppose I can end here.
Yeah, that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Okay. Cool.
And try to keep them off of the rest of the group.
May.
All right, well, this wolf here in front of me is still kicking, so I kind of got to get rid of it. And hopefully get rid of the lines that are coming up here. So does that kill it, or do I need to add on sneak attack to it?
Oh no, it is finally put in the ground. It yelps and collapses.
Good. Then I will do some movement, of which it'll be. Let's see there. Oh, come on. There we go. So I do not provoke attacks of opportunity as I go over here to flank the other wolf.
Nice. Speaking of which, Sina, someone's conveniently opened up flanking for you.
What does that do?
Gives you +2 to hit.
Okay, divine challenge.
All right. He is challenged.
Add a 2 to this.
All right, 15, 16, 17. That is enough to hit for 10 damage. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that was probably an enfeebling strike. So that means
Yes.
this guy gets a -2 penalty to all of his attack rolls. Ouch.
Can't believe I can do like divine challenge and enfeebling strike at the same time.
Hell yeah.
Mm.
You're good at
I mean,
tanking.
yeah. That's
You
how
have-
willpowers work.
You've basically forced this guy to attack you, and even if he attacks you, he's still taking a penalty to hit. It's brutal.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Greta.
Okay. Greta, let's see here. Do you want that seedling dead, or to commit to some wolf damage, or what are you fancying?
Holy crap! It actually paddles them if they don't attack me on their
Yeah.
The wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Wolf is more dangerous. Kill wolf.
All right. Well, I could kill Wolf, or I'll stand up and casually dust myself off. Let's see here. You look like you hit pretty hard, Paladin. Do that, but again.
Just stay there.
Yeah, hit that wolf again, Stray.
Okay.
All right, this is just a basic attack, but hey,
Okay.
gonna do some extra damage. Ooh, nice. 12 damage. Slice. It goes
It's
awoo
good.
in pain.
Behold, this is what we call the leadership class, which made me even more amused at the idea of playing with someone with completely fucking broken English.
Quote, orc bloods help out orc bloods. Even though Sina does not look like she has any orc in her at all.
Hell of yes.
All right. So the Wolf Alpha's turn. Adj, I think you have something that happens at the start of his turn since he's next to you.
Yes, he takes 8 cold damage automatically.
Ouch! That hurts a lot. He doesn't
I
want
was
that to
hoping
happen.
they would
again.
all come after me, but none of them came after me.
Yeah, you were in the
Yeah.
back, and all they care about is flanking, so they've just been bullying your paladin.
Oh.
So yeah, that hurt him quite substantially. Do you have a melee weapon of any kind in your hand?
I have a rod.
Excellent. Okay, so no. He's just going to move away from you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then double move away.
And you
Just-
can't use basic range attacks for attacks of opportunity when they
Nope.
move away.
Only melees. So he is just going to double move away, running with his tail between his legs. Oh, 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 oh. Well, in fact, take the run action both times.
That makes sense. I suppose that seedling automatically dies in the start of its turn, yes.
It does, indeed, yes. There's nothing it can do about this cold aura, so it explode. But not
That shit is
but not before it
fantastic.
grants its little buddy here a flanking opportunity. So this guy's gonna. Oh no, he
Oh,
can't
can I
because he
get
just
him?
gets smashed. Well, I mean, he could shift one,
Aw.
but yeah. No, he's got to attack the paladin because he really doesn't want to get divine smote. So let's chomp on the pally. See if
Do
I can.
have divine smites?
Technically no, but you do. Your challenge does blast him if he attacks someone else. So he'll go after you rather than just getting automatic damage.
That's fine.
He will hit
It's like
you.
a smite in daily, but generally, since all of your attack is some radiant X or Y or cursed creature, they just all get called smites.
Yeah, alright. So you take 9 damage as the wolf chomps into you, even enfeebled as it is. And that wears off. And Euthelmos.
Oh, this is gonna hurt you a lot more than it's going to hurt me. I think I can
That
move
is how
here.
violence works.
Ideally.
Smack! Next turn.
Alright, you crack him for 8. He is barely standing.
I'm
Alright.
still amazed that Snippy didn't make a meme character and just make like a luchador Minotaur.
Alright, who do you want to give that AC bonus to? You got Greta or May?
I would, but I don't know how the system works.
I would suggest
Well,
putting it on Greta,
Greta.
personally.
Actually, no, May.
All right.
It's squishy.
That's also fair. That's also fair. Alright, Sitri.
Well, I suppose I'll take a shot at the wolf here. I cannot
Oh.
roll above a 6, so
Oh,
no.
jeez.
Don't worry,
Alright.
that might be your third. Oh no, that wasn't even a 6.
Look,
itself. I was
next
gonna say you
encounter is
might
going to
want
go
to- yeah.
brilliantly for you, I promise. Alright, so that
That wolf
misses
dead.
again.
We don't have bonuses to our attack rolls other than our stat modifier, right? There's no base attack that adds anything or anything.
Your weapon adds proficiency.
Right. So mage classes don't get a proficiency with their weapon because all the defenses are typically lower. So she's shooting just +4 or whatever versus reflex, but reflex is for most monsters much lower than their AC.
Yeah.
Like
Fair
just
enough.
spoiler.
My
the-
19 AC to my 12 reflex.
So
Double click that.
melee classes have attacks of opportunity, they have flanking bonuses, and their weapons give them passive bonuses to their attack rolls,
Yes.
in addition to all their various at-will powers and minor powers.
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, being a caster in 4th edition does not feel super great.
Well, just wait until
I-
you get like an AoE power and just obliterate like 10 minions.
I mean, the armor is nice when people are around me, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, just throw yourself heedlessly into melee and just hope to God the Paladin can save you, and then you can hit everybody. It'll be great.
It is the
Uh,
weird awkwardness
May.
that it like you just do
Yeah.
less hitting at things.
The wolf's dead.
Yeah, that was so
Oh,
fun.
yeah, it super is.
Yeah, that first 11.
Bleh.
But yeah, like the casters definitely feel like they make a lot less attacks.
It feels like the core rules have been built to specifically increase the value of melee, and the way spells and at-will and encounter powers work reduce the available options of casters. So casters are sort of double dipping and being less good than they have been in every other version of D&D, while the martial classes surge to the forefront of sort of the, which I mean that may be why they focused on that. They wanted to equalize the two, because historically caster classes have been, as at least at the higher tiers, considerably
Upturned.
more useful than melee classes.
And you also
Yeah.
have to pay to do spells.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it
At the
turns out that
baseline,
So, I have a question, Savin.
Mhm.
Is the wolf alpha so far away and off from the combat that we cannot catch up to him?
He does move substantially faster than you. You and Sitri probably have ranged attacks that could maybe get one shot off at him before he's just way out there, but he's clipping at like 10 squares or 20 squares around.
Well, it's
Okay.
fine. Let him go.
Oh
He's
my God.
probably been driven mad by some evil force.
oh my god, I fucking forgot that I have Infernal Wrath.
Oh yeah,
Oops.
sorry, I should have reminded you of that. But yeah,
It's just a
you can
reaction.
basically hellish rebuke people once per encounter. Another great reason why tieflings make excellent paladins. Whoosh.
they do.
Listen, I just wanted to use that art. That's the only reason why I chose Tiefling. I told Savin I want to use this art and just make me if there's a particular class that needs to be run, make me that and I'll do it.
All right, so the wolves and the seedlings, sans the alpha wolf, which has escaped, lie dead at your feet. Would you like to do anything with the remains, or are you content to press on to the mill?
I'd like to investigate them, see if I can't find any magical branding or anything like that that might be causing him to go nuts.
Sure. Give me a nature or heal check.
It could not be like an
I can do
investigate.
heal.
That's
Oh,
not a
wait,
skill.
Very
investigate
good
is.
at heal. I
You're
can
right.
help.
It's not a skill. So, sorry, you said it was
Just-
what, nature or?
Or heal. Either one.
Let's make nature.
Can I try heal?
Fuck, I know a
Ooh.
lot about nature.
Smart.
All right. So, you look these things over, and yeah, these look on the outside like fairly normal wolves, but obviously they were behaving in a way that's fairly antithetical to the way wolves normally behave. They don't typically just pounce on people, and also they had weird nature spirits attacking with them, which is abnormal, to say the least. But as you sort of peel these things open and look in the insides, which have by and large been rendered onto their outsides by being exploded by chilly magic or being stabbed repeatedly by the marshals, you see that their blood is much thicker and darker than you would normally expect. And it's not quite coagulated, but there's something very wrong with it. Like they're suffering some sort of disease.
Interesting. Things to take note of and keep in mind for the future. With
This is shame. That means Greta is of no eat wolf.
Please do not eat these wolves.
I would not recommend it. You might catch the same disease they have and go feral.
This nonsense. Greta already feral.
Well, despite being paddled pretty good and then Adj's whiffs, we're still having a much better first session of a one-shot than Merzendi did that one time. Just immediately caught the plague first hour into the session.
Oh no, that was
Well-
that was also my game.
Yeah, no,
Well,
I'm saying
he's having a better luck than Hoff
Yeah.
did.
yeah, we're having better
Oh, you didn't
luck
get
than Hoff.
beheaded in the first fight?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, that sounds fun to me, but okay.
Fucking weaklings.
I had a question, Savin. If I have something that grants me temporary hit points, but it's a daily power that lasts until the end of the encounter, it says temporary hit points stay until you take a long rest, but the power only lasts until the end of the encounter.
so-
Do the temporary hit points go away or no?
Temporary hit points, I believe, last until you take a short or long rest in 4E. But yes, so the temporary hit points will go away when you rest, not necessarily the end of the encounter.
Okay, so I lose that on the cold aura, but I still have the temporary hit points.
Yes, at least until you take a
Okay.
short rest. And mind you, a short rest is only 5 minutes in this game, but since you have these temp HP and you didn't get hit, you might want to just forego that to keep up your temp HP. Just do some
Well, we're all having a
calisthenics in the
5 minute
background.
sit down. You could do jumping jacks.
Basically.
So what does a short rest entail? Is it just an
So-
opportunity for you to do healing surges?
Yes, when you take a short rest, let me pop you guys back to the map here so you can actually do that math here, for those of you who are injured. You can spend as many healing surges as you like, and you also get back all of your encounter powers. So any red ability on your character sheet, back on tap.
That's pretty
Okay.
nice.
let me
Mhm.
read how this
I see. So the encounter powers you do have to take a short rest to replenish. They don't replenish based on one
Correct.
encounter to the next. Okay.
Yeah, although the difference for a
Yeah,
rest in
but-
this vis-a-vis 5e is literally just fucking 5 minutes. Like, literally, you can say your characters are just, like opening their canteen for a swig before the next fight occurs.
Pretty
I
much.
see.
So that's how we regain hit points.
Yep,
is
you
what
spend
we're-
healing surges.
Yeah.
So in your case, you're at a little over half health, so spend 2 healing surges and you're back to full.
And if you have powers left over that are encounter powers, for instance, that are like, you get a healing surge plus an amount, you're better off using those than just raw dog using your healing surges because you get a little bit more extra juice out of them.
I already used my lay on hands.
Euthelmos might have an encounter left that
Nope.
lets you. Nope, all pounded out. All right, fair enough.
Yep. You both used both of your healing words
Yeah.
for this encounter.
Yeah, I used my ones.
All right. So yeah, the 2 chain and shield gals got beat on pretty good. They're down a bunch of healing surges, but the squishies and the Minotaur are surprisingly untouched.
Chain, please. This is scale. It was very expensive.
Oh, that's right.
It
Yes,
cost
you
me my
spent a
feet.
whole feat to get that.
I spent a whole feet, and I
Alright,
am
let me-
less tanky than the tank, but I am.
Grab
Quite
those
tanky.
tokens
Oh.
and back to the map.
That's because I'm styling in plate.
Hell yeah. Paladins
Wait,
are actually
you
the only
choose-
class
wait,
that
how do you-
starts
Oh
with
yeah,
plate
right. Yeah,
proficiency.
the only ones with starting. Yeah, because they're real ass tanks.
Yeah, but how much is plate?
Plate's only
didn't we
50
have, like,
gold in
100
4E.
It's only 50?
We're back to
okay.
OD&D standards of money where it's just part of your starting gear is the best armor in the game. There you go.
Okay, all right. It's not like the 1800
Yeah, no,
GP that is.
It's not something you have
5e.
to save up for. That's when you get to like magic armor.
Yeah,
Or special
the
material
upgrades
armor.
in 4E is how magic is your plate now.
All right, fair enough.
Similarly, I'm
So
pretty sure what you got a movement penalty of 2 for those.
no, it's just
Listen,
1.
My
Oh, is it
mommy,
1 better?
my mommy loved me very much, and after teaching me how to be how to to use succubi energy to become a paladin, she gave me plate armor, a pat on the ass, and kicked me out of the house.
Have fun storming the castle.
Basically, yeah.
Speaking of castles and being stormed, about half an hour later, you arrive at the mill and find it to reek of death. There are a couple of rotting dead wolves that have just been left out here, And when you peer inside, you see blood stains on the walls and bits of scrap clothing and grain sacks that have been thrown hither and thither. It's clear that whatever happened here was extremely quick and violent. There's no sign of catfolk bodies, though. It seems this was close enough that the villagers could retrieve those. The door to this place has been smashed open. It's off its hinges. There's no protection to be gained from that. Though there is a trap door that leads down into a cellar, if you want to camp out down there.
Is there like a table we could just fucking stamp up into the door?
There are two halves of a table.
That'll do.
So yeah, you can press those into the door and nail them up to the frame over the course of an hour or so. Get this place as fortified as it can be.
Let's not hide out in the trapdoor basement. That just means that there's only one entrance in and out, and I don't fancy our chances like that.
But I
we would
want to
have an
play
excellent
Evil
choke
Dead.
point. Look, most of the things that we're fighting, the things that are maddened, are animals. So it stands to reason that the choke point would only serve us at the end.
And if the waves just keep coming and we have no way to get out, well, then we'll just be animal food.
You
Pieces of
greatly
drum. Greta, stick
overestimate
table and door.
greatly overestimate the kind of organization wild animals in the woods would have.
I'm sorry, we're not dealing with normal wild animals in the woods. We're dealing with enraged things that might just be caused by magical disease.
And I don't know, the
Okay.
wolves look pretty normal to me.
So, who has stuff like dark vision?
What is dark vision? We know none of us have that in this game.
Some of you do,
Okay.
actually.
Yeah.
Do we?
I
Uh-huh.
have dark
Not
vision,
you.
and
I don't.
okay, so the people with dark vision then should take different watches at the night.
I'm surprised elves do not have dark vision
I
or
think
low light or
as
anything.
as an elf, I believe you do have low light.
No, I have normal.
Oof.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
you wrote normal in the document.
Owned.
I think that might just be incorrect because it's an
Yeah,
elf
aren't-
stat block that's a Taeleer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and aren't all elves in this setting like from
Drow. Yeah.
yeah, they're
Yeah,
all
now
drow,
that
so
that
you should
is
have
that would be the elves from Sav&D. Let's see. No, yep, elves do have low light, so that's just my bad on copy pasting.
Ah,
So
will
unfortunately, it
change
won't
that
really
document.
super help you in the middle of the night because it's just darkness.
that's
but-
fine. She just takes first watch.
Yep. As long as you have some source of light, like the setting sun, you can still see.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, it's fine. I was trained to move in the dark anyway.
Greta, do you want to take last watch or second watch?
I think she's already asleep. Yes, she might already be asleep.
Well,
It's fine.
well,
I'll
she
just
was
watch
muted.
instead.
Yeah, fuck it. I am like already asleep. I like fucking nailed a table into the door frame. And then just fucking picked a corner to go sleep in.
You have the most enviable superpower that adventurers have: the ability to fall asleep within 30 seconds.
Yep.
Best
Fucking the
superpower.
truth right there.
This is fine. I'll take the watch.
All right, I guess I'll just take last.
Sounds good. Okay. Grab the map here. I'll move you over in just a moment.
Actually, come to think about it, what race is Sitri? Is that her name?
Definitely a totally normal human. I don't know what you're talking
Sitri.
about.
Sitri. There we
Yeah,
go.
it's definitely a human. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yep.
Just a regular old human.
Yes,
We
of
are-
course.
We are in
Which
the Savin
isn't
lands,
very
right?
regular in this setting, but you
Yeah,
know.
I was about to say we are in the Savin lands, correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
Humans
so
do
are
still
very-
exist. I mean, Marcus was around. He had progeny. So
Yes, but they're
humans.
incredibly rare.
They're starting to make a comeback, actually.
I find I suppose that's the question then. Is she new generation, or is she from like the generations of humans that were in a magic map?
She's like 18 years old.
So probably
Mm,
Marcus's one of his or like one of those small group of humans children.
Oh, neat.
I'm afraid to ask.
All right, so let
It
me.
wouldn't be surprised me if actually they were a mapling then, if that's the case. Well, at least with the Irish Katai.
All right.
Nothing a
So
normal human though. Nothing strange here.
yeah, nothing out of the
Turns out
ordinary.
the
It'll be fine.
mill is haunted. Rex back crossbow. Mill's haunted.
God, you said. I hope that you do have a crossbow, because every cleric should have a crossbow for a.
I do not have a
Cleric.
crossbow. I have a longsword, and I'm a paladin.
Oh, of course. Sorry. Yeah.
Right.
I have a
What I should
sling.
pick up is javelins, if that's still a thing.
Maybe. Are they? I think they are.
Less useful than having crossbow. Everyone should have crossbows. It's 4E.
But
Everyone should
Enjoy
have
your
hand
crossbow.
crossbows if you can. I mean, no like loading property. It's great.
It is a bit too expensive for me. Couldn't afford it.
All right.
I'll tell you what, Euthelmos, I like you enough. Next time I see a little fat wallet, I'll take a few coins off it and get you one.
No need. The money we get from this job will be more than enough.
Nah, I insist.
Please, do not steal money from. I mean, you can probably steal from a merchant. They have plenty of money to go around. Just do not steal from middle and low class people. I'll feel very bad about it.
Of course, you're a fucking communist.
I think I'll steal exactly from the little people. They're the ones that I should be taking from the most.
They're the easiest ones to steal from.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh God.
Why would I steal from the rich? They're rich.
They have
They're obviously
guards.
good with their money.
Yeah, why would I steal from the rich? They have guards. That makes it a lot harder.
I thought you liked the challenge.
No, I like the easy route.
Yeah, fair enough.
So our little healing surges, they reset at the after a long rest.
Yes, at the end of a long rest, but you don't quite make it to the end of the long rest.
Well, yeah, I knew that. I was just wondering if that's how it worked.
Yeah. So who's on last watch?
Me.
You. All right. So you're hanging out there. And your friends are sound asleep. And you start to hear howling. And it seems like wolves, of course. You'd expect that. Perhaps that alpha's coming back, but then all of a sudden you hear a and the howling stops.
Quit
It's
killing puppies
quiet.
off screen.
Dead quiet.
That's the howling stopping because they were finally given the peanut butter.
Aw.
Just entire muzzle stuck in peanut butter jar.
Hell yeah. Would you like to do
Okay.
anything?
Perception. What is my? I think my perception is 0.
Most likely, yes. Why is Greta milky? Does she have daughter?
It's just because she's half Minotaur.
Oh, I mean, that's fair. I feel like if you're halfsies, that's something you have to actually intentionally start yourself.
She just gets milky after a good long fight.
Oh,
Oh, you
okay.
think
That's
Greta
how that
not-
works.
You think Greta not milky? You think she not play enough with herself?
All right, so yes, perception 0, but hey, an 18, that's pretty good. All right. So that the howling outside stopped with the sound of violence. Your ears are sensitive enough to pick up a blade entering flesh. And now something else, smaller, defter shapes, are creeping through the brush line heading towards you.
All right, I'm gonna go inside and wake everyone up. We got company. Presumably kobolds.
Oh, Blight.
Delicious. Greta is of make tail steak.
Oh, good. I've been wanting their tail steak for a long time.
Is that a thing?
Yes.
Unfortunately,
Yes, it
yes.
is.
Kobold tail steak is actually very, very delicious. A delicacy, if you would.
Okay.
It's a blame DCL.
Yeah.
He put it in canon that kobold tails break off when they get scared like lizards,
Eh,
and that they have
okay.
delicious tails as a result.
DCL, you absolute
also,
bad lad.
that they have evolved past it, but they used to be able to shoot blood out their eyes.
Oh my god.
Don't worry.
DCL has made kobolds
Yeah,
the most metal and also most pathetic creatures there have ever been.
They've
Yeah,
all
yeah,
I love
they
them.
they are metal pathetic with their special ability of cowering and groveling, and a
Anyway.
life expectancy of half.
All right, so you are just able to get your arms and armor together, kit up and ready before some creatures start creeping towards the windmill. Luckily, you're able to see them approaching, but there's quite a few of them. They're not
Fucking hell's a hex hurler.
kobolds. They are what I think any of you who've lived in these parts for any length of time would recognize as Glashtin or water goblins, having crawled up out of the lake, looking for food or worse, blood. For a couple of these ones in the back especially, they've painted themselves up with wolf's blood, and they're wearing scraps of fur wrapped around their extremities. They look maddened, psychopathic with bloodlust. They hiss and chitter at each other. Do any of you speak Goblin by any chance?
Nope.
No, Aruna and Giant.
Excellent. So yeah, they're just hissing and snapping at each other, and they are accompanied by 3 blobs of gooey water that are sloshing around in vaguely humanoid shape towards you.
The one in the robes looks cute, Greta. You gonna collect a cock sleeve?
No. Greta
Oh.
hates small goblin. Manlet no fun.
I'm
Oh.
glad you have standards.
Oh fuck.
Oh, what? Did that not add me to the turn order? That's weird. I had myself clicked and everything.
I always tend to click on and off just in case. And don't forget, you'll get a +2 for being around me.
Oh,
That is
I
true.
don't.
Hold on, let me just
Ah,
roll
all
again.
right.
And just
So I have
put
a
that
4
in.
then. Woohoo.
Mhm.
Hey, it might matter if one of these guys rolls a 1, okay?
All right, so then
It
I
could
have
matter.
25.
Sick.
11.
Oh, what? No, 25. Come on, enter.
You
No,
can
not
enter
22.
quickly while Savin's putting shit in.
Oh, okay, there we go. All right.
9 and Hex Hurler, what do you have? Yes, Mighty 3. Alright, is everyone on the board? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 PCs. Looks good to me. Alright, May, you're up first.
I am. I'm up first. Okay. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Let me convert this over to
Okay.
squares anyway.
Let's see, how far away is that? That is 7 squares.
There you go. Now it's in squares.
Let's see. I have a feeling I kind of want to get rid of the Hex Hurler first. That
That's
feels most important. Let me just open up the rule book real quick and make sure of something for my encounter and daily abilities.
yeah.
And see if they can do that at range. I think
Oh,
they
yeah.
can, but just be sure, you know?
Mm-hmm.
With tables bolted into this doorway, would it actually be difficult terrain, like jumping over that threshold?
Yes, it is difficult terrain to get through. Unfortunately, there's not enough table to prevent comings and goings.
No. It's
Oh,
just more for the
sure,
case
okay.
of mace movement allowance.
Where did I start? I started like here or something like that, right?
Yeah.
You were, like,
Yeah,
right
you're
there, I
fine.
think.
You're fine.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, I should be
you're
fine.
ish.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I get there anyway. Let's see. Back to the player's handbook
Perfect.
real quick. Let's see. Where is Rogue? It is
Rouge.
116.
Also, I don't know what like universe brain genius did it, but in all of my 5e PDFs that are totally legitimate, just really, Rogue has been renamed to Rouge.
Nice.
And I didn't notice it for ages. It's like
Okay.
Rogue is
All
Rouge
right.
under the title for it.
Okay, so I have combat advantage on the Hex Hurler. Take, I think, -1 off this positioning strike since I only made it for the melee weapon. Yeah. That's probably not going to work. Oh, that's a shame.
Also, that was a will attack on a spellcaster, which I don't recommend. That's their good defense.
Well, I mean, what I was trying to do is trying to get her a little bit closer for the melee people, but yeah.
Yeah. Will is just less likely to hit. Unfortunately.
Positioning strike. Yeah, it's an encounter on hit. Oh, wait, hold on a second. I couldn't do that anyway. That's a melee weapon. Whoops.
Melee weapon only.
Yep, my bad. Sorry. Just regular sneak attack then. My bad. Sorry. Yeah, that's fine. So it'd be let's see, so that's 4, 5 plus. Oh, okay, yeah, right. Sorry.
Alrighty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so the encounter power would recharge then? Because it would have counted as a... Oh. Okay. Doo-doo. Alrighty. Then I believe I will put a Warlock Hex, a curse on the Hex Hunter down there. Well, I admire your baptism of blood. I have to say that your association with these elementals is dreadfully gauche, and we were trying to get some sleep. So, if you wouldn't mind too terribly, please lay down your lives for our amusement, and for the glory of the Dark One.
It's so great. I love it.
Very well. Then I believe we will go ahead and use Diabolic Grasp on her. I'm the closest PC to her, so I get a +1 to this. So 15 versus her fort. Okay, and then I also get bonus damage because she is cursed. I think that's just +6. I don't think that's +6, 6 plus my base thing though. Let me check. Cursed enemy, extra damage, plus, yeah, 1d6, so just the 5 extra. Let me change the macro real quick here. And it drags her towards me. Slide the number of squares equal to 1 plus your intelligence modifier, so 3 squares towards us. As I hold out an open palm and drag her forward with blood flying out of her eyes and nose.
Rock and roll. Also, I'm so sad that you couldn't do a ranged positioning strike on the rogue too, just to really like fucking scorpion her to us.
I know, right?
Get over here.
It's not overwhelming, it's just a slight whelming.
A
Only a
mild
little
whelm.
bit.
Look out, he's got the Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh,
Ooh.
Jesus.
8 damage, right?
Ah, well. Is there any penalty for critical failures in 4th edition? Okay.
Oof.
Mean.
That's just profiling. What the fuck, Elemental?
Habit.
So I'm 14. I have concealment, so he's -2 to hit me, so he just barely hit me. Yep. What kind of save, and do I make it at the beginning or end of my turn? Oh, okay. So there's no bonus to it? Ah,
There are some, they're called power bonuses only, and they tend to come from classes. And also kick off immediate saves. If I'm remembering rightly, there are some really cool late game powers where you can just be like, that seems like that's going to suck for them. Make your save right now instead.
Oh,
What a dick.
Oh, is he not going to attack me? Do you know?
Yeah, it's a double.
Okay, okay.
I hate to say it, Savin, but wouldn't it have moved and charged instead? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I just realized both of our strikers have climbed outside. Let's just hear Team Beef on the inside.
Yep.
Well,
Oh, no, it's
Yeah,
not.
that'll
Our fault.
hit.
Their fault.
the nun.
I mean, she is a cleric. She's a cleric of the Dark Ones.
All right. I dare say it's time I climbed up in all up ins. And I think I'm gonna be just fucking taking some oppies to get the hell out of this nightmare.
Mm.
Well, it's either that or I suppose I could yank a mob away instead and swap places with it. Let's do that, actually. Alright, so I'm gonna haul my ass over. I'm gonna give this guy, this watery boy, the leaf on the wind.
Alrighty. That was a watery boy.
A 14 to hit water boy.
Unfortunately, that is a miss. Your blade passes harmlessly through its watery exterior.
You're muted.
Weird. All right. That is a miss. Your blade swings through this thing's watery exterior, but does no visible damage.
That's annoying.
Tisn't it?
As a miner, I'm going to. I guess I should probably inspire Sitri.
It's a good idea.
When I got hit, I should have fucking used my magic. Damn it.
If you want to do
your
that now,
Hash
that's fine.
Rebuke?
Fine. The dude that did that to me, it's gonna take 1d6 plus 4 fire damage. Is that what it is? All right.
All right. So, ow. Why must you
Big
hurt me
bang
so?
is. And also enjoy your huge fat fucking heal. I think I just take you straight up to top health
Yep.
there,
Sitri.
Adge.
That's 7 plus my search value. Yes, indeed. Back to max.
That's pretty strong.
All right. Well, the Hex Hurler sees that happening. She doesn't like that. So, let's see. Burst 3. Yeah. So she raises up her staff and is going to create a aura of stanky gas. This cloud of noxious fumes forms behind your ranks over a 3x3 zone. So about like, yeah. Or is it a burst, rather? Oh, it's a burst. Oh dear. It is a little bit bigger. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. She creates a quite huge noxious cloud. Inside, let's move it about here. Yeah. So unfortunately, she'll be reducing the size of it somewhat since it can't just roil out there. But May, you will be fine. You are outside the cloud since it can't really go around the corners there. But Warlord, Warlock, Cleric, you guys are in the stank.
This is horrible.
It is. It smells like noxious fart. And she's gonna go around here. Where to save? Get some cover.
She fucking.
Does there an
farted on you.
effect that applies to this fart? Or...
Yeah. Yes. While you are in the fart, you take a -2 penalty to attack rolls.
Okay.
Okay. So first important question. These are elementals, not undead, right?
Yes, those are indeed elementals.
Second question. How tough is this wall?
It is made of stone. You could potentially punch through it, but it would require a very high athletics check.
So, I assume there's too many stairs, and fucking dropping on these goblins would be a bad idea. So just going to. Ah, God! If I move there, I'll block the way for Sina, though. You know what? Fuck it. If I move here, can I attack anyone?
From here, no. Unfortunately, you cannot. Your party has blocked you in.
I can just double move through them, but I'll take a lot of opportunity attacks. Shit,
You would.
this is not
You would
a
get
good
Actually,
oppied 3 times.
Hey, Savin,
thanks.
does this building have a second floor with windows?
It has a second floor with a small balcony, in fact. But it would take a full turn of running to get up there.
Well, full turn, I run up to the balcony. I have plan.
Yeah, you can like power
Is your
dive
plan
these.
gonna be power bomb?
Yes.
Thank God.
Yay!
That's amazing. All right. I'm going to put you over there for now. You can hop down on your next turn. Sina. Warrior Princess.
Sina, John, first of your name.
Ba-ba-da-ba.
Also runs upstairs just for the just for the.
I mean, that's
wrestling
probably the thing to do.
God damn it! Yeah, I'll have to run upstairs and then I'll do the DCL thing from back when it was just when you had the soundboards.
All right. So, unfortunately, you were prone, so it will take you a bit longer to get up there.
Yep.
But you can make
I
it.
physician heal myself?
Yes, you can if you have any abilities that would let you do so.
minor action lay, I think.
You've already used your lay on hands today. You've not finished your long rest yet.
Oops. Okay.
All right.
Well,
So, failing that, May.
Okay. So these squares outside here, like these three
Yeah.
here, are not in this green
Correct.
square, right?
Correct.
Okay. Just want to make sure for that.
Yeah, you're fine.
I'm going to, let's see, as my move action, I'm going to shift and move 5 squares without provoking any sort of opportunity attacks. Actually, no, wait, no. Let's not do that. That
Gonna
makes me
hit
have a
that.
lower chance of hitting. Don't really have sneak attack or anything. You think these gremlins are minions?
Yes.
Let's
100% the little cutters are minions.
let's try and get rid of one of the little cutters then.
It's not a bad idea.
Wacha.
All right, yeah, you stab it right in the face. It makes a horrible little scream as it adds its own blood to the blood's already smeared on it from the wolves and crumples.
And in fact, as well, after that, I am going to shift because I just realized I'm not letting you get flanking on me, Savin.
Oh, but I want it. I was about to. Oh, man.
I realized it's right here. What Savin's probably gonna do is he's gonna
Yep.
move this elemental up or something and then flank me.
Now you're thinking with tactics. Sitri, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to shift 5 feet here.
Okay.
Does she have concealment or cover?
She has cover. Also, at the start of your turn, you do take that 5 damage. Let me just pop you down. There you go. All right. And yeah, she will have plus
oh,
2
you don't
cover.
get to save before you take the 5?
No. So you take the damage at the start and you save against it at the end.
Oh, okay. So ongoing things like that are actually, it's going to be that amount. You always
will
get
at
the
least
one
get the
off of
1.
it. Okay, that's interesting. That is good to know. Okay, and is she concealment or cover?
She does have plus 2 cover.
Okay.
Unless you get
Plus
like
2.
right to the edge here, then you could just pop her in the head.
Yeah. All right. So, if you use an action point, can you use the same power again if it's like an at will?
Yeah, if it's an at will or you have some other way of recharging it, then yes, you can do the same thing over and over.
Okay. I will attempt to hellish rebuke her.
Okay. Yeah, that's a solid hit for 10 damage. Ouchies.
And she takes another 4.
Ow.
And then if I take any damage, she takes another blast of that.
That's a big owie.
Does it work if you force it to happen? So if you'd rebuked her and then started just moving on, like not even shifting, but moving to force Oppies, you could have blasted her?
Yeah, if anybody attacks me, if anybody deals damage to me for any reason, the target of the hellish rebuke takes a double damage.
Oof.
Nice.
But with that being the case, I am also going to slap a Warlock curse on the cutter right here.
All
So
right.
if he dies, I will also get temporary hit points because she is a little more durable.
Sounds good. Do you want to use your action point for anything, or hold on to that?
Oh, good call. Yeah, I'll go ahead and use that to hellish rebuke her again.
Oh dear. All right.
Uh,
Oh no! Oh, the worst that it could possibly be.
But you do get 1 whole hit point. Enjoy. It's a free hit point, not even a surge. That was free. You created 1 health for yourself. Enjoy.
So the ground all around the hex crawler just lights up, but she gets real small and avoids it. Yeah, the remaining goblin just kind of laughs at you. And yeah, this elemental's gonna come around here. And it's too stupid to realize what Hellish Rebuke is, so it gonna slap. Yeah. Let's see, you are a +4. It's slammies. Then +2 from plankies.
Oh, and I don't have concealment because I only moved 1.
Oh, all right. So that is a hit. So do. Oh, you get a saving throw against that ongoing damage. Not, I guess it doesn't matter in this case. He's just applying it again.
Oh, yeah. Well,
So-
I'll roll it just to see.
All right. So you get rid of the old ongoing damage and then get it applied by this dude instead. So yeah,
What a
he'll
dick.
slap you for just a mere 3 damage and then put a 5 dot on you.
And his master takes a further 5 damage.
Ouch. All right, that super hurts. You've whittled her down considerably. Let's see. This little goyim is going to come over here. It's going to take a shift. And let's slap the shit out of this bunny. You've been doing some rough stuff to them.
This elemental has made a mistake.
It sure did.
All right,
And
no, that misses.
His friend's gonna just come up here.
Yeah, I kind of figured that.
The train begins again.
Yeah,
That-
that'll hit.
All right,
Shoot.
so you take a mere 1 damage, but you do have a 5 dot applied to you. It just gloops onto the back of your head. Whoa.
That's kind of bad.
And this cutter is going to.
Go
Ah.
on, stab the sister. You've got all that advantage.
I mean, all right.
true, you
This
have
little
to have
guy's
that
gonna make a check to see how smart he is. All right, he's smart enough
not
to have
that
seen the
smart.
first time that happened. So he's
Yeah.
instead going to shift up here, and he'll take the -2 +2 for being in the stank aura. Little cutter boy, what's your attack bonus? +5. Shank.
Give it a fucking break.
No.
All right, you hit me. 5 damage.
All right, yep, 5 damage, right in the shin. And yeah, your turn.
All right, I shift.
All right. Oh, why would you do that to me?
I know, right? And then, mate, revenge. Hit this fucking elemental right now.
Okay. So, I don't have basic attacks, so just take a minus of my charisma off this one.
Sure.
So that
Oh.
misses probably.
Let's see. Well, you do have a +2, but unfortunately, yeah, that will miss.
Oh,
And
that's
once
a
again, your
real shame.
dagger slices through its exterior, but does no lasting damage. Minor action, any?
Yeah, I can. Oh, I don't know. I don't know that I want to use it yet because if I throw out an inspiring word right now, it's just gonna be a lot of wasted extra healing. What I'm actually gonna do is fucking action point. Give
Oh.
myself 1 whopping hit point.
All right.
And God damn it! I really want you to hit this thing. Do you get your sneak attack on basic attacks?
Yeah, well, actually, yeah, because I have combat advantage since you're flanking it.
Yeah. All right. Try again.
Okay.
There we go.
Have, let's see, so -2 from that. So 19 damage.
Ow. All right. You drive your dagger into this thing. Or what weapon do you use? A short sword or something?
A short sword.
Okay. You drive your small sword into this thing, and there is a watery howl as it is destroyed.
Dope.
And just pops in a big water balloon. You are both very moist. All right.
I flex.
What do you mean now, very? Come on, say it now.
You're
All
never
right.
not moist. Just always moist.
Well, you know what? You've been seeing too much of Greta lately. After seeing that, this hex hurler is gonna scrabble out and hurl a hex at you.
What? Why would the hex hurl a hex?
Let's see.
Yeah, it seems completely against the hex
It's
hurler's
out of
idea.
character
Like, they
as
shouldn't
fuck.
hurl a hex.
22, and this is against your will defense.
Dude, 22 beats any of my defenses, Savin.
All right. Sorry,
It's
I
the
meant
will.
fortitude defense. We're doing the wrong thing. But yeah, it
beats
will.
any of my defenses.
It will hurl that. Oh. You take 4 damage and are blinded for a turn.
Hooray.
You cannot see shit, Captain.
Hooray.
And then the hex hurler will snarl and prepare to meet her end. For it's not looking good for team being a goblin.
What about team fucking dive bomb from the
Yeah, speaking
parapet?
of team dive bombing
Come on, Euthelmos, look at it.
and the
It's
fart
easy.
ROEs.
That's just a 20-foot balcony leap.
Yeah, so
If I
you're
have her,
effectively
if I get a
right
running
here.
star, I can actually just fucking crush her.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I use a power, or is it just normal attack for me to
Let's
basically
see.
full slam her ass?
Yeah, it will have to be a melee basic attack as part
Here
of
we go!
basically a charge. All right. Oh god.
Hey, it's
All
a
right.
charge.
In fact, you know what? You can use your goring charge if that's better, because yeah, there we go. That's my man. All right.
Wait, a goring charge. You planked at this fucking bitch.
Yeah, you just land.
You
land
flying
head first
headbutt
onto
the
them.
goblin. Bam! You like one of her eyes is just torn out by your horn. There's blood everywhere. She's thrown onto the ground, just squished beneath you. She is still somehow barely alive, but just barely. There's not much left. It's like a two-dimensional goblin. This is when I'll remind you have an action point you can spend if you want to, taking another standard action.
Another standard action, so I can now smack her.
Yes, now you can just
Again.
beat her face on.
Well then, if you say
Jump
so.
and bring your ass down.
Headbang.
All right, crunch.
No
There's a
mercy for the goblins.
squishy sound as the goblin is slain.
I can also use a minor action, no?
Oh yeah, you can.
Hey, Sister Sitri, you're closer. Have a heal.
Oh,
That is it. Next
All
up.
right,
Thank you.
healing surge +4.
I also get
Alright.
4 bonus or temporary hit points from the Hex Hurler dying.
Nice.
yeah.
All right, Sina, you will have to use your action point to basically take an extra move action to be able to jump over, but if you do so, you can get back in the fight immediately.
Does it not work to run and charge from the back?
So she was prone last turn, so she's an action behind our Minotaur friend.
Okay, that's true. Yeah, fair.
Yeah, so he had to double move to get up there. She only got a single move, so she'll need to double move and then she can jump. If that's okay with you, Stray.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So
You
action
get one hit
points.
point. Enjoy your action point. Isn't it delicious?
Hey.
Yeah.
I love that. That's just the thing.
Much
Free healing.
how much healing?
One
Thank
whole
you.
hit point. It's not a healing essentials. It's just 1 health, but it's free. Enjoy.
Benefits of
My
action
gift
surge.
to you.
All right.
Now, gonna stab this guy again.
So yeah, you can make a charge attack just leaping off the balcony. So you will get a +1 to your hit. In fact, you could drop down to here and get set up flanking, if you so desire.
Okay.
So flop on
Can you
down.
drop down onto there? Is
Oh
that
yeah,
not
that's what I meant.
reachable by the
Yes.
balcony? Yeah.
There you go. So now you have a total +3.
Okay. 14, 15, 17.
All right.
Legally damaged.
Hey, with your flank, that is enough to hit this thing and slay it. You drive your sword into the back of its head, and it crumples. Blech. All right. And May,
Yeah.
you are super
Uh,
blind.
Come
Yeah,
hit the blind owl.
So first off, the dot goes off, right? Since the start of my turn.
Yes, it is the start of your turn, so you take 5 damagos.
Okay. So what is the total negative for total concealment?
Believe that's -4. We'll take a peek. See, do. It's pure cover, total concealment. There you go. Oh, it's a -5. Ouch.
Okay. Well, then I'm just gonna ignore that, and I'm gonna use my move action to do a swift jump back 5 feet and do a total defense, raising my sword in
All right.
a backwards position, hopefully to defend myself somewhat from this blindness.
So you can take the second wind action at this point to spend a healing surge, get some hit points back, and add +2 to all of your defenses. If that is what you want.
Yeah, why not? I have 6 healing surges. I might as well use up one of them.
Hell yeah.
So
Yeah, we
let's
haven't
see,
finished
that's
our sleep for the
plus
night, so
5.
you've still got him. Like,
Yep.
might as well.
All right.
Yeah, and then I make a
Sitri.
save against the
Yeah.
dot, right?
Just a
On
raw
the
d20.
No.
No. All right. You are still dotted. Now, Adj, speaking of which, you take your 5 damage, and then you're up.
Okay, my 4 temporary hit points go away, and I take 1 damage.
Boop.
And I will shift over here, mark the elemental with the Warlock curse,
As you did.
and invite him to embrace oblivion as I hit him with an Eldritch Blast. Hail Satan.
All right. Let's see. That's actually pretty close. Let me see if that hits. Ooh, not quite. Alas, this blast takes
Oh,
some
hang on.
water. Oh,
Just a sec. Let me see something real quick here. I think Prime Shot, I can't be equidistant. I think I have to be the closest. So I think Sina being 5 away, or 1 away, whatever is there. But what I do have, and I forgot that I had last encounter, is this.
aha! All right, that'll turn it into a hit. For 11 Demagios plus a little extra.
Plus a little extra.
Oh, that's a lot extra, actually. Ow. You blow out a substantial chunk of him. The elemental quavers and seems on the verge of falling apart, as if he's bloodied.
Your mistress is dead, and you will soon be nothing more than an ill memory.
All
And I
right,
will try to wipe off the acid goo.
it's a good choice.
But I will not.
All right, so he would like to offer you a counterpoint, which is exploding all over you. So he will whelm, perhaps even overwhelm. So he's going to make an attack against each of your fortitude, Sitri, Greta, and May in that order. So Sitri, Greta, May. Oh dear. That's the second time
Well,
that's
that hits me
happened.
no matter what. Yeah, that just means I take max damage from it, doesn't
Yep.
it?
So you take 14 damage and are pushed 2 squares and knocked prone. Boop boop.
Well, hey, I'm at 0 or below 0. I'm at
Yay! I knocked
-1.
somebody out.
Oh no!
Oh,
I fixed that.
So in this game, you do actually need to keep track of your negative hit points. In this case, it won't
Okay, sorry.
matter. But if you go to negative your
Oh.
bloodied value, you die.
It does not want to have -1 in there.
Sweet.
Oh wait, yes it does. There we go.
It does. It's
right.
trying to score like a negative.
There we
Alright.
go. Yeah.
And against Sitri, I'm assuming a 16 hits your fortitude.
It does.
So,
All right, 2d6 plus 2. So you will take 9 damage and be pushed back and knocked prone.
Oh no!
I'm in a very bad strait here. I'm probably about to be beat on by the elemental.
And yeah, that's that guy's turn. This dude over here. Can he? All right, you're unconscious, so he's actually just gonna come over here. I think that'll get. Yeah, okay. Let's do it again. This guy will
You
use
are a
his whelm.
dick.
So once again on Sitri first. Oh, nope, that ain't gonna do it. And against Greta.
I'm
does a
very
7
underwhelmed.
Oh, does that miss you?
Yeah.
Nice. All right, you are very fortitudinous.
Oh, it's fort. Ah, bugger shit. No. All right, it's
Yeah.
my fault.
All right, so you will also take 2d6 plus 2, 8 damage, and be pushed back into his friend, and then knocked prone. Ooh. All right, and that's the elementals' turns. Let's see.
The proning is very annoying.
Yeah.
All right. You are within 5, May. All right, get up. +5
Right.
on your healing surge.
And in this, you
Okay.
start healing from 0, so.
All right, so I will be at just 10 then. Does
Oof.
the dot end on me since I went down? and basically
No.
Okay, but the blindness is gone.
The blindness is gone since... Actually, no, it's not gone, because the Hex Roller has not had another turn yet, so...
I mean, it will be gone.
It will be gone
By the time your
by
turn
the time
runs
your
around,
turn runs around, yeah.
So I'm just going to take that off then.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's fine.
I'm gonna fucking... I might just crawl over to the elemental over here instead, just so I can hit this one. Yeah, fuck it. All right, OP me, dickhead.
All right.
I crawl over.
If you're sure.
Yep,
You do the shuffle.
yep. I literally am gonna
Alright.
crawl over.
Let's see. See it. 20.
Yeah, it hits.
All right. 1 damage, and you have a 5 damage dot on you now. Enjoy. Shalom.
Sure, whatever. And then I'm gonna hit this thing with the Bastion of Defense.
All right. Let's see. 21 versus AC. Ouch. That's a big ouch.
21 damage.
All right. That almost one-shots him.
And then I will also add on Furious Assault for 8 more.
Okay, that actually just one-shots him.
Daily powers! It interrupted nap time. When else am I ever going to use a daily?
It's true. This is the time to pump and dump. So
This is
he is smote mightily.
Yeah, there you go. I shot my load about as hard as I possibly could. That is both
Jeez.
my inspiring words, my furious assault, my bastion of defense, my action point.
All right, so you are going to drop just 6 damage on this thing, but it takes an ongoing hive. Ouch.
That was healing. Oh no.
Yeah, that's our Minotaur going up in this thing's grill. Oh no! If it attacks, it can't attempt to save. That's bad news for him.
Poor May.
Hooray!
All right, and then he gets flanked.
Divine challenge and enfeeble strike.
All right, let's see it. Can you do it? Can you slay this thing? Oh yeah, you super do. All right, swing, swing. Between the two of you, this elemental is popped like a balloon and sprays water on you. And once again, the night goes silent.
Oh, this almost went very, very badly.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Half the
Sorry.
party's lined up in prone.
We are, yeah, a little bit of a prone train. Look, okay, again, that gave me so many flashbacks deciding it wasn't worth it to fucking stand up and crawl over to hit someone else entirely. I've done that a lot in the past.
But let me help you up and help you with your injuries.
So
That's fine. I just need a minute.
it is the end of the day. You can all spend whatever remaining healing surges you have left to get back to full. You will then regain all of your surges and your daily powers, and you're good to go.
Hooray!
So what is the requirements for getting action points back?
You gain action points back at the end of an extended rest, which this was. So basically,
Yay.
you are as fresh as if it was the beginning of the session.
It didn't even get scratched. This is most concerning.
It was a glorious headbutt.
Yeah, that was the second fight where the cleric just goes unharmed completely. It was unprecedented.
Especially when it's played by me.
I know, right?
Yeah, usually you're a bit of a glutton for punishment.
No.
Also, I dig the flavor of Sitri's attack vis-a-vis dragging someone to you by the blood pouring from their eyeballs.
Brutal.
Yeah, it's pretty metal.
Fucking metal as hell.
I love it.
Raining blood.
From a lacered sky.
Is pretty great. So, you have spent your night at the mill, repelled the goblin attack. Where to next?
Well,
Onto the
Go
grove,
on.
I think, right?
Man,
That
I really
is-
hope that one of these farms has the color out of space in it.
Well,
I mean, the name Granger Farm definitely sounds kind of color out of spacey.
Oh, we could actually pass through the farms to see if there are any survivors, but I somehow doubt it. Would be
It's better to
same
follow the
distance.
road as much as possible before turning off into the woods. Any
It's
I mean, to
fine.
be fair, then, yeah,
technically,
following
actually.
just as yeah, this would be more road to go through the farm. It's just fucking 6 miles from farm to grove, as opposed
can get-
to 9 miles from road to grove.
We can just go through the one farm up there. If they have any supplies we can take with us. Never hurts to have a little bit extra.
All right. And so, the party sets forth towards the Granger farm. It's just a couple hours up the road. Once again, as you enter the foothills, you get this eerie silence all around you, as if what little wildlife there is watching you intently. But it keeps its distance this time. Perhaps you've shown it what for, or else it's disinclined to attack during broad daylight.
Oh, thank God.
That is good. The weak should fear the strong.
The small should fear large.
Mm-hmm.
That as well.
They're waiting for a moment to drive their fangs into our necks at our backs.
As you're saying this, you arrive at the outskirts of a small but cozy little farm. Some early spring vegetables are starting to peek up from the ground, but that's about the most wholesome thing in sight. And beyond that, it's a slaughtering ground of animals, both domestic and wild. About a dozen wolf corpses are all around the place, riddled with crossbow bolts and slash wounds as they approach the main house on the hilltop. All of the horses
Oh
of...
my.
Go ahead.
The fields here certainly grow strange fruits. I will skip up the road and in a sing-song voice ask, is anyone still alive in here?
A long moment passes before you see one of the little shutters on the farmhouse up top creak open about an inch, and a large, frightened, bloodshot eye appears from inside. Who goes there?
Oh, we're here to lend our assistance. You're still alive. What a treat. Please, come on down. We'll see to healing you if you've taken any wounds.
God.
A moment passes. You... Tell me. You're not with them, are you?
That
Yeah.
No,
seems
the Baron
unlikely.
sent us.
The
And
Baron.
them.
Oh,
Oh.
thank Taeleer. And the door will open a moment later, and a trio of very dirty, tired-looking peasants will stagger out. The look of things, a man, his wife, and a red-headed daughter who seems to have several large slash wounds on one of her arms, which has been bandaged up. They all have
When
crossbows.
you say slash wounds, do you mean like claw wounds or actual like sword slash wounds?
It's impossible to say with her arm wrapped up like this, but
Well,
there's several injuries on her for sure.
Yeah, I'm just wondering in case like there's actually like people that's been attacking or it's just been animals.
I happen to have fresh bandages on me if you require any. It would be best to keep the wound clean, lest it get infected.
The girl will quietly nod and approach you.
Come here. Do not worry. I will help.
Father breathes a sigh of relief sets his crossbow butt down on the ground. And praise be that you're here,
Do
all of you.
not worry. You are protected by forces far greater than you can possibly fathom. Now, please, tell us, what was the nature of the assault? I see many wolf bodies around here. Was there not a greater force commanding them?
I don't know if they're being commanded by something. You ask me, the whole land's gone wrong. The crops, look at them. He'll gesture towards the patch of what looks like lettuce starting to come up. It's out of season. Shouldn't be up this early. It's foul. And these animals come reeking of the same foulness, attacking us left and right, slaughtering our livestock. And then strange men come by, stealing what little food we have. We haven't eaten in days, strangers.
What
Oh.
kind of strange men?
Men, interesting.
There were four of them that I saw. 2 catfolk and a couple of dwarves, all in black and armor. Armor, he'll gesture towards the Minotaur and slap his chest. Just like that, the dwarves had. Weapons, too. Even seeing what state we were in, they just threatened my wife and took our food.
Possibly
Did-
bandits, possibly agents of the darker force.
Did these men happen to go off in, I'll just point a direction, like off towards like the Dryad Grove when after they were done with you?
He shakes his head. No, went north and west towards the old ruins. Old castle up in the hills. That place has been haunted forever, though. I tried to warn them even after all they did. A good heart in me said, don't go up there. There's dark things lurk, but I'd hear none of it.
I'll tap my fingers against like my elbow. Well then,
Well,
seems
take
like we
heart.
might have a destination in place.
If they were agents of the evil force that has plagued your land, then surely they've betrayed the lair of their master. And if they are not, surely they are dead by its hand. One way or the other, they have signed their death warrant. Well, you and your kin are safe and sound in our tender mercies.
Oh, you don't know how good it is to hear that, stranger. We've barely had a wink of sleep for nigh on a week now. So much
Do
blood.
not worry. Tell me, kind people, wouldst thou wish to live deliciously?
Deliciously?
Oh, yes, you are a hard and hardy folk of the land and worn down by the ills of the days and times. But there is another path, an easier path, a softer path.
Right now, it's all the same to you. The only path I'd like is a long night's sleep and a cup of stew.
Oh, but of course, please, as my friends tend to your daughter here and uh, ask your wife if she needs anything, come with me to one of these buildings and we'll see to getting you all the rest and refreshment you need.
I do not like where this is going.
So Sitri, do you have malicious intent for this fellow? Is this something you need to roll a bluff check on, or?
I do not have malicious intent.
All right, then yeah, he will pat his daughter on the head, tell her to be brave and take those bandages off. He will follow you along.
All right, we'll take him to his bed, tuck him in, and as he lays down, I will sing a soft, almost inaudible song in Abyssal, blessing him and his family and asking for the Dark Lord's protection on the condition that the first of his new animals be taken by a terrible plague that will sacrifice it in the Dark One's name. and in sacrificing the beast, the family shall be relieved of their sorrows.
Metal.
So fucking metal. I love it.
Just doing the Satan cake vine from ProZD. Would you like some Satan cake? Oh, Mrs. Jones.
So yeah, these folk obviously can't understand Abyssal. They probably think it's Elvish or some such, and he falls asleep quickly and is contented that there's a party of adventurers to watch over him, heedless of what dark magics are being woven over himself and his property.
It
Meanwhile,
always feels good to do a wonderful deed for those in need.
I'm gonna confront the little child in Moonspeak. And Moonspeak, I mean giant.
yeah, she also does not know what you're saying, but she giggles softly and like reaches up and sort of flicks your nose ring, just like our bull.
I assume your bull is no longer amongst the living.
She shakes her head. It died first protecting the cows.
I see. Damn, I'll give the child a ration. Gonna fucking need it.
Yeah, she will hungrily eat it. And then she'll turn to May and say, Pa wanted us to make it back to town, but the wolves ate our horses and couldn't. Said we were lucky they didn't eat us on the way back.
So he did. I see them.
Hopefully we will be able to deal with this problem. I'm afraid there is not much assistance we can give you right now.
She looks at the fresh bandage wrapped around her arm and smiles and says, I thought we were all alone forever, so thanks. I wish you could stay and protect us, though, and get us back to town. It's not safe here.
Ah, damn you playing on my heartstrings like that.
If you were to go with us, you'd be going to more dangerous areas.
She gives you puppy dog eyes.
Unfortunately, every day we delay finding the source of this curse, it gets worse. And it can potentially spread outside of this area. I'm sorry, we cannot escort you back to the town.
All right.
We can only move further into the forest.
Snippy, I would like you to make a diplomacy check to not make a 16-year-old girl cry.
Can I come in?
Oh no!
Can I come in and assist with some big Greta words of assist?
Please Greta, help.
There's unfortunately no assisting a 6 into helpfulness.
No, I can't turn that into help. I suppose I guess I'll try and do damage control on this crying infant.
Seven.
I mean, I could definitely intimidate her quiet, but that's probably not a good move.
I mean, yeah, just all she's gonna do is just cry about being left alone here. Well, not alone, but
no, this obviously girl is meant to
Jesus
crying.
Yeah, she tears up when you say that you won't take her family to safety, and puts her face in her hands.
The town will be sending people to help you here soon, as soon as they can.
Don't know if we're gonna survive another night.
Oh God.
We will be back here before night anyway.
Really?
Probably.
If we're not dead in the woods.
Please. Mom, Pa, I can't take much more of this. I can't even fight if I wanted to. She'll gesture
if
to
you
her
were
arm.
wanting to be strong different way. Greta does not abide stinky child cry for no reason. Other
Uh,
houses empty. Take stuff from them. Make sure you have enough to be safe for night. Food.
She has one good
Extra-
arm still, right?
Yeah, extra
she
chamber pot.
I'm just gonna
she
snap
has
at you
her
in
offhand
giant.
still. Yes.
You have one good arm. Use that to stab something with. Anything else to help?
You know,
Okay.
small child, you can become strong enough to fight. Power is theirs for your taking. You just have to swear allegiance.
Turn her into a
To-
Warlock A+.
To who?
Wow.
Please,
Oh,
I
please,
want to
come
be
with
strong.
me. We'll take a brief
Oh.
walk over to that clearing and I'll explain everything.
Oh.
Oh god, I
Awesome.
love.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna leave her to that.
Yeah.
Probably break into these houses and, so assuming that all the fucking people in there are dead anyway, take all of their good resources, just dump them all into this one house, and then just be ready to board them in.
Yeah, there's a farm and a itinerant workers quarters up the road a bit, and yeah, there's you find two other dead cat folk who have been eaten by wolves that came in through the windows. You can strip them of their supplies. You find a small short sword in one of their trunks that you can give up to the farmers, but
Oh,
yeah, it's not much, but it's enough
it's
to get them
fucking
through another
grim.
day, perhaps.
Shit. Greta, I do not think these people are going to make it. We can help them. But I don't know.
I do not help of not helping themselves. This is as much as I do for Sitri new child.
Let's quickly switch to giant.
Ah.
Look,
Clear my throat.
we can. I know. Our group is not exactly the most altruistic people, but I believe, firmly believe, that something good can come out of this.
Regardless of good or not, this is a danger. Us spending more time, you're actually correct. Surely that these people would be in more danger if we did not go and solve the problem. That said, this place is nearby and safe-ish. We can come back here at night, solve their problems by being here to kill more things, whilst we have roof over our heads.
Yeah, that was what I was hoping too, but what if we do not make it back in time?
Then too bad, honestly.
We can't save everyone, I suppose.
They have been given the means to survive, and the advice required. If they wish to sit there and cry and beg for the end, they will die cowards. Otherwise, they
This is
will be
true.
strong and wait.
Yeah, if they do not manage to defend themselves here, then they will probably just get attacked and die at a later date. These are
Plus,
harsh times.
Indeed.
As much
Plus,
as
I think Sitri over there is going to make her into another one of her the darkness friends for Ereshkegel.
Converts. I believe the word is converts.
Do you speak Giantish?
Oh no, I didn't know.
It's the only way to get a straight conversation
Okay.
out of Greta.
Alright, yeah,
And not
okay.
broken a runen.
You're right. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
I'm usually very much against her. How do you say? Conversions? But it.
It is life advice. They become strong instead of weak. I believe that complaining about who the power comes from when it is used is what matters.
You are correct there. It is all about how you use the power. Not where it comes from at these lands and these times.
And
It's a
then
soul
when she had
conversation.
saved her family, yeah, this is all in Giantish. Yeah, and then when this girl has saved her family using the powers of their Dark One, I am sure she can go out and make harems and power of her own.
I hope we survive this, so we can go back for your flower.
I'm going to get it from that dryad when we see it.
Hopefully, she gives it up.
She will.
Oh, I'm sure she will. I just hope she gives it up without a fight. We tend to get into a lot of those.
This is of maybe. Perhaps you have forgotten that I, when putting my mind to it, can be very persuasive.
Oh, I
It
know,
is
trust
just
me.
making the words become a runen that I struggle with.
Trust me, I know. You did pretty good back there. I really like the whole flower line you threw in there. It is just beautiful. You can be very poetic, which is surprising.
I am a skald. It is like poetry, but for battle. And comparing people's fallen blood as flowers is actually kind of normal. Just very good red hair, fur color.
Well, we should probably get moving on with the scene.
No, yeah.
You can sit here and puff for hours.
Yes, indeed. Leave them. Is there going to be some kind of like religious proselytization role for Sitri?
Yeah, so I was going to say, Sitri, you can take Angelina, this young farmer's daughter, out to the fields a ways away and induct her into a pact with Erishka, the Dark One, the Demon Queen, if you would so like, if that's what you wish to do. Please make me an Arcana check to talk her through the binding rites.
Arcana or religion?
I suppose either one, actually.
Oh, they're actually the same. Same value.
Come on.
Yes. Well, it's good she's a redhead, and as you well know, the dark powers love redheads.
That's true. That's a
Yeah,
fact.
that's
That is true. I mean, she doesn't have much of a soul to lose, so it's, it's a pretty good
Woo!
trade for her. Woo! All right. Yeah, you take her through the blood rites. Luckily, she has plenty to spare from that injury of hers.
You may well be called upon to offer gifts of your body to the Dark One or the Dark One's agents, and that is not a price you pay, but rather a delight, a fringe benefit, as it were.
If
Do you
it'll,
two have like those tapestry scrolls of hot demons?
if it'll help me and the folks survive another night,
Oh,
so be
absolutely.
it.
I'll give her one of these small little ritual daggers with the little wiggly things there. When you have a moment out of the sight of your parents, feel free to use this to cut open the gizzards of any of the fallen animals there and make a sacrifice of some of their organs. Do be careful to keep that in the woods, as I'm not sure your parents would understand, but you are protecting them and you're protecting your farm, which is of the utmost importance.
She nods. You can see her eyes have gone steely, calculating, as if working through the mental math of this bargain she's making, but nods again. Okay.
Wonderful. And when the time comes, the Dark One will grant you great powers to advance her will, and all will be glorious once again. But be careful, for the false gods, those of the city far away, they are anathema to the Dark One, and should you worship them, all of that power that you have sought to obtain may well be stripped from you in a moment.
Okay. I didn't need. Player's never done nothing for me anyway.
Precisely.
She will give you a nod and begin practicing the arcane gestures you've taught her.
Gotta learn that Eldritch Blast.
Hell yeah. Sitri, you're balling out of control. Have an extra action point.
Oh, thanks.
As for the rest of you, May, are you going to end up eating that carrot, or do you decide that's a little sketch?
I mean, it's awfully small, but it's the first. What is an endurance
do it.
check, by the way?
It's just a skill check. Endurance is a
Yeah,
skill.
endurance is a skill.
Is it a skill? Oh, it is
Yep.
a skill.
It is the Constitution skill.
Oh, okay.
Oh
Alright,
God!
Even
All right.
Fuck it, why not?
I've just rolled
Oh,
7.
God.
Oh, okay, no, these are bad
Oh
carrots.
God!
Well, this could go very bad for you.
I blame you, Scout, for that.
Sweet.
Hell yeah.
All right. Yeah, May, you munch down a delicious carrot. This is, without a doubt, the best carrot you've ever eaten, and you crave more. You are hungry for the rest of this little tiny grubby carrot patch that's coming up here. You
Well,
hunger,
I
sister.
Rock on.
Well, I guess I'm eating more of them.
Alright.
Wait. Hold on. Let's make it a wisdom check here. Like, wait, I don't just have wisdom check, do I?
Yeah, wisdom checks are a thing, but in this case, normally what happens is an attack against your will defense. So in this case, whatever is wrong with this is an entity in the game, and it has stats of its own. So, does a 19 hit your will defense?
Oh yeah, that sure beats my 12.
Okay,
Delicious.
yeah, you delicious carrots. Just nom, eat this shit up. Come on.
All right, time to take a second one.
All right. So the rest of the party basically has to come pull you out of the cabbage patch to get you back on the road. But you have a full tummy. So good. Your head's practically spinning with the delicious bunny meal you have given unto yourself. Don't
This will
worry
not come back
about
to
a
bite
thing.
me at all.
You are gonna have so much poop later. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Gotta
don't
get
worry.
very
You're fine.
smoothie.
I mean,
It's gonna
look,
be a
if-
hobgoblin march any minute now.
Look, if that's the only thing that bad comes out of this, then that'll be fine.
Yeah, it's a big if, unfortunately. So as the party gets ready to march out, I suppose I will give you guys a choice here. This was meant to be a one-shot, but it's dragging a little longer. If you want to play again next week, we can kind of end it here as you guys prepare to go, I believe, see a dryad, or we can push on maybe an extra hour or so and try and get to the end of this. Up to you.
Are
I'd
we
be down for
close to the end?
I can push.
It's potentially 1 or 2 encounters left. Of course, if we play another session, I'll add a little extra in to make it a full session.
I'm good
I'd
with
rather
either.
do a. Oh, sorry.
I was just saying I'm good with either way.
Yeah, I think I'd rather have another full session. I like this. It's fun.
Yeah, let's do another session.
Well, the
Okay.
council has spoken.
Then yeah, we will leave on this image of Angelina, the farmer's daughter, tracing arcane sigils in the air while her parents sleep beneath this abyssally blessed farm. And and May has a belly full of carrot that is definitely not full of curse.
Yeah, I'm totally not gonna turn on you guys. Don't
worry
worry.
about that.
That's great.
So yeah,
Can
thank
you
you
change
guys.
Angelina's titles from Farmer Angelina to Acolyte Angelina?
Yes, or I think initiate is the correct term in this
initiate,
case.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you guys happen to come back here, help defend the farm that night, mayhap she'll actually be of assistance.
Yes, defend the farm, not attack it.
Yeah, no.
I mean, if you attack the farm, that'd be a real shame. You might have to deal with like a level half warlock.
Well, I'm just
Still.
saying, in my case, it might not be defend the farm.
That's fine. Don't worry. I could beat the sin out of you.
There you go.
I'm
All
the
right.
leader class. And...
Well, thank you guys for playing. I hope you have enjoyed. I think next week should be StrayParadox, so we'll look to be the week after next. Yeah. All right. And if you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, thanks for tuning in and giving 4E a chance. We'll see you next time. Till then, have a good one.